WIFT-PM.
What's in it for the black people? What's in it? What's in it for the black people? I'm in it. What's in it for the black people? What's in it? What's in it for the black people? I'm in it. For the black people. 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 What's in it for the black people? Let's hear it. What's in it for the black people? Don't fear it. What's in it for the black people? Let's hear it. What's in it for the black people? Don't fear it. For the black people. 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 What's in it for the black people? You know it. What's in it for the black people? Let's show it. What's in it for the black people? You know it. What's in it for the black people? Let's show it. For the black people. 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 For the black people.
Jackson. If you could make up a social media holiday, what would it be?
Randy said National Don't Let No One Put You Down Day.
No one. What you gonna do? So when they say something crazy, you slap them?
Be like, man, he said. Randy said a Jukathon Day.
Man, we about 60 years old. I be done had a heart.
You gotta get your heart rate up.
Okay, not that far.
All right, Mario said my favorite one. My friends and I do what we call National Call Off from Work Day.
As a business owner, I don't.
You don't like that, yeah?
I don't like that.
Because I'm the boss of this thing.
We got Marcus Garvey Day from Remy too.
Oh, Marcus Garvey Day. All right, what will we do on Marcus Garvey Day?
Call off from work.
I'm gonna need you to go ahead and come in tomorrow. That would be great. Okay?
Yeah, right.
Every black holiday has something to do with calling off from work.
You're cool. I'm out.
about National Join a Positive Black Organization Day? Because I don't want to be recruited. I don't want to be recruited and the brothers be like, thank you. Thank you. How about National Tell White People the Truth Day? Tell them how you really feel.
You can't handle the truth.
Why don't we call that National Black People Get Locked Up Day?
I'm going to tell them there's an African-American man threatening my life.
Hello.
The most dangerous show in the morning.
Sometimes have a tendency to look at you religiously, but nothing even matters to me. Nothing even matters. Nothing even matters. Nothing even matters. You won't find me at your store. No time for manicures. With you it's never either or. 'Cause nothing even matters. Nothing even matters. Nothing even matters at all. Nothing even Nothing even matters. Now my team could score and make it to the Final Four. Just repossess me 4x4. Yeah, 'cause nothing even matters no more. Nothing even matters, yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah. Nothing even matters to me. Nothing but you.
WIFTV-PM.
You are listening to the most dangerous show in the morning. This is What's in It for the Black People Radio. Maze Jackson. Maze Jackson, the most vociferous advocate for black people in the world.
For Ruthie Moore, for Todd Stoger, I am the host of the Maze Jackson Show, asking every single day, what's in it for the black people? And if you don't like it, you can still tell them Maze said, Mayor Lightfoot, man, we ain't accepting that. We ain't accepting that. Let's go. Yeah. Let's get down to business and go ahead and address the facts, man. Lightfoot seems more lesbian than black. Rahm Emanuel's another case. He was just as tired. 50 closed schools left much to be desired. Police had Anjanette naked on that body cam. They suppressed the footage so it couldn't touch a lot of hands. Reminds me of that 16 shots in that cover-up. Both of them similar, so I went and dug it up. George Floyd killed, a lot of riots happened in the town. Southside burned and they wouldn't let them bridges down. Grandmother sick, need a prescription and plus a couple groceries. You gon' have to travel just to get it now. COVID-19 out here shutting all the business down. Not enough SBA loans to even give around. So many failed businesses that you can put them in the pile. If you don't survive the pandemic, it's gonna sit you down. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milked us so bad, we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milked us so bad, we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks. Shout out to Willie Wilson, hope one day you get to send it. We need some different players in the game to handle business. Too many shady characters like Madigan and Blago. But when you really break it down, it's typical Chicago. City full of gangsters, it's what the land was built on. Same streets with hood legends, DNA gets spilled on. Carjackers out here lurking, trying to get they steal on. Looking for a block to put them Hellcat wheels on. Let us give bogus appraisals a red line. Car crackers out here getting minimal fair time. And I'm concealed carry, I stay with the pipe. For Illinois gun laws giving minimal rights. Stay up on the swivel, make sure I'm moving tight. Check all of my mirrors when I pull up to the light. Pick my homie up from out of town, man, he caught a flight. He was hella nervous, told him, shorty, this a way of life. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milked us so bad, we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milked us so bad, we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks. Wake up, Chicago! Wake up, world. This is the Maze Jackson Show. I'm your host, Maze Jackson. Got my co-host, Ruthie Moore, back in the building.
Maze, I'm back.
Obviously,
Listen,
Riis.
I came in the door and Riis was already on there with me.
How was he on it with you, Riis?
Talking about some, you early.
Just 2 minutes, man. You know, I always have it all set up for you. It'd be unlocked. You just slide on in. I'm just looking out for
He can just say, "Oh, good morning. I'm so happy to see you."
You know what, Ruthie? You know what I've been noticing about Riis?
He's shady.
Low key. He got
a
the
shady
low
character
key.
like Madigan and Blago.
He done slid. Some things been happening this week. It's the city of hate. You know what I'm saying? That's how we do. All right, y'all. This is the Maze Jackson Show. Ruthie Moore, you back you looking all fresh than a whistle. Got your hair all twisted up. I said, Ruthie, you can't. Well, first of all, y'all, I gotta tell y'all.
What happened?
Ruthie came in here with a triple fat goose on. Like, I was like, I didn't even know they made triple fat goose. She's like, triple fat goose down.
Stop playing.
North Face.
Stop playing.
Excuse me. Nah, she had first. Nah, you know, Ruthie. She had on
first down.
Right, the old first down.
She had on her Canada Goose.
Now,
I was like,
now if you see me in a Canada Goose, then my income has increased substantially.
What you mean?
If you see me in a Canada Goose, y'all better just be like, dang, she made it. Yes, because I want the good one.
You know what?
You know I'm talking about, that triple layer one?
So the new white one
that you put me on too, with the 3 different parts.
Woo, you taking apart? You know what? Hey man, I saw that bad boy, but you know what? So I was into the Canada Goose thing for like a hot minute. But I got sticker shock for me. I was like, so I bought I stayed in the under 700 range.
I'm a functional coat buyer, so I would invest.
Oh no, so when I got Carrie's, I got her the limited edition, the black on black. So, but I think she ain't like it as much because, it was like, how they, I think people just want the red and white and blue badge, right? So it was like the black, they was like, sir. Right, so I was like, look, and she was looking at the patch like,
I can't even see this.
They can't see this from a block away. I was like, no, people gonna be like, I was thinking to Kanye, you ain't even up on this, but it's okay. No, I'm not tripping. She was like, because let me tell you, we went to 2 years ago, almost 2 years ago, we went to Sundance, and we went to the Sundance Film Festival, and it was right when the movie came out, when
City So Real.
City So Real came out, and we were at the Sundance, and they had a whole a whole Canada Goose display walk through the store, and I had just got and it was like they had the jacket where you could, have you ever seen the coats they got where you can put it on your back like a backpack?
No.
So the Canada Goose now on the inside they got straps that you could put on your back like the backpack, and the lady was showing Carrie, and I was like, could you please stop? Thank you.
Functional.
And she was like, look, you can do this, and that's exactly, she tried that. She pulled that.
She would have got me.
This is a functional coat. I was just like, this is some bull. But eventually, you know what? It's like when I get stuck on the birthday gift, I'd be like, then something pop in my head. Then I went in the store and was like, But then I feel trapped once you're in the store. Like once you take it off the rack and be like, let me look inside. I be feeling like they be like, and they be looking at you like, nah, are you the one who gonna get it?
Do you think white people experience that too?
No.
Cause I do feel that way sometimes. Like if I go in the store, I gotta buy something because I don't want them to think I'm just in here like stealing or just like casing a joint.
Man, you know what? Ain't that some crazy pressure to have?
It's
cause I be like
the white gaze.
Man, I be like, I'm fresher than you. I be like, and then I be like, you work here. Don't look at me like that. Do not look at me like that when you work here. Cause just cause you sell it don't mean now if you ain't had an employee discount, you wouldn't even be rocking that. Stop it. You be catching the sale. You be like the scuffed and damaged, and you be like, we can't send it back. Give it here. I'll fix that. Better cut it out. You better stop that. All right, Joe. Do they go through that? Okay, your white associates go through that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, but you know what what the story about that is though? Like how black folks tend to go into the store and be fresh to death when they go into the stores like that. They say that when you could do that, they know you ain't buying nothing.
I don't really experience it at clothing or apparel places. This is mostly like a grocery store or a gas station. Cause I'm not a clothes person, but like a grocery store, like the smaller the establishment.
Oh no, then I be like, hey Joe, hey Wally, you better stay behind your glass. Don't even look at me. I be feeling like, now I do feel like though, I do go places and they already prepared for like the black act. Like if you ever okay, so there's emergency days. When, say, for instance, you got to use a non-black service. Okay. And you go into the place and they they done been abused throughout the week, right? Because, it's a certain place, it's certain stores where you go to and they be like, hey man, give me my mom, I want the, So they just be like, they be ready to be like, you did it. I be like, hey dog, hold on, Wally. Don't hit me with that. I'm not dude.
Or they be like rude to you.
Right, I be like, hey, I'll stop. Look, if somebody trying to snatch something from you, I be, hold it.
Them reflexes kick in.
Hold it. Take it slow now. Take it slow.
Hey, put my change in my hand.
Right. But if they throw the change in the thing, if I see it go, I'm pushing it back.
2 bounces, I'm pushing it back.
I am pushing it back. And my cousin be like, hey man, when I tell you what I want, don't be holding my stuff till it go through. You put it in the thing. They be trying to hold it.
Hey, you ain't my little stuff. $4.32. You think I ain't? Come on,
right?
Bro.
Like, no, hold on. I do be like, I pull up.
No, they don't turn it around the bulletproof turnstile till your car go through. Jeezy Pete.
Man, I be like, man, it's going through, yo, it's going through. Give me my stuff. Disrespectful. Yeah, I did not like that.
Then after that, after it go through, then they want to hand you want a bag? No, I don't want a bag. Just give me my stuff, man.
And where my receipt at?
Right. No, they'll give you a receipt. They'll be quick to give you. I'll be like,
no, I feel like they be trying to hold on to them.
Oh, because they want you to see how much they really pay. The worst part, though, is when you go in the store and they like the price be printed on the thing and they put their stick on top of it. I see this. This say 99 cents right here.
$1 right here, bro.
They be like, no, it's tax.
$2.19, bro. It's $1 and you charging me $2.19.
And that's the manufacturer's resale price. So you know it's the profit. If they getting it for you, if they selling it to you for 99 cents, then that means they already built the margin in there. Right, so it probably cost them 50 cents. So they doubling their money. They be like, no.
This say not labeled for individual sale. What y'all how y'all charging 25 cents for this?
I'm about to call Coca-Cola, man.
I'm about to that Costco's last week.
I don't think y'all making that. Now ladies don't come like this.
Right.
Right, they in packaged in sandwich bags.
Right.
Are these Dollar General bags? $2.
Them folks know everything you want though. They got it too. I swear to God, like they got when you go into the store and they got like the pills taped up on the. They got Excedrin. You know they still sell Excedrin. Like I didn't even know Excedrin still existed. You go to the store, man. You go to the gas station. All right, y'all. I ain't even lie. Check this out. The gas station my cousin go to, you know, it has a Dunkin' Donuts in there. And the Dunkin' Donuts in there, it's like, it's all, you know how you could taste something, you could like kind of taste something when you drink? Like, I stopped going there to get coffee.
Oh.
Man, they got shut down. They've been shut down for 2 weeks talking about they had a sink that only had one drain. That all three. Yeah, Joe. I was like, somebody... Man,
you know something? You know these ghost kitchens that's set up for delivery. A lot of them popping up in some of the corner store sides that double as restaurants and delis.
Really?
Yep. So pay attention, y'all.
All right, man. I'm gonna tell y'all. We got to watch all that. How do we even get here?
Who knows? It's Friday.
It is Friday.
That's why I came back on the Friday. I saw y'all in them comments. Somehow she only came back because it's Friday.
No, who comes? I was saying. I was like, I didn't
knew
know
it was gonna be fun.
And
I gotta leave a little early.
Oh, we should have known.
Come on,
Ruthie. What you trying? Todd is such a bad influence.
Has Todd been here since I've been?
Not
here?
At one.
I know. I'm just talking. I've been watching.
And Todd been on golf, but he went to golf yesterday.
I bet somebody sent you a picture, didn't they?
They sure did.
Each hole he was at, they said, look at him.
Look at him. He ain't been to work in 3 months.
He ain't been to work, but look
at him. He out here on the golf course at St. Ignatius. All out here at the Cog Hill. Big Rich. Man, you know, did I tell y'all about the time I went to Cog Hill and got kicked off?
No.
It was right before, you know, they used to do the, I think it's the U.S. Open. Or something at Cog Hill. But I was like the director of urban marketing for Coca-Cola. And so, you know, golfing is like one of the things. So it was like a big golf outing. And we had it like a couple weeks, like a week or so before. And so, you know, I don't know how to golf, but I sure know how to dig up some dirt. And I was out there like, whack, whack, whack. It was dirt fly. I just thought it was cool to see the dirt fly, right? Because, you know, like how like you see on the golf thing, when they hit the ball good, it'd be whoosh, but then there'd be a chunk of something go up. So I was just whacking away. Man, dude rolled up on me and said, sir, we're going to have to ask you to leave the course.
Really?
Hey, Joe, They was like, they took me to the driving range and said, you could whack away right here.
Oh,
but there will be no more of that whack out.
Somebody had to fix that.
It was real, too. I was kind of embarrassed.
It was real grass?
I mean, it's like Cog Hill is like one of the top golf courses in the world. It's in Lamont.
Oh, yeah.
They was like, hey, Joe.
Surprised they ain't arrested for vandalism.
Man. And in Lamont, too. Whew. They didn't like black people in Lamont. All right, y'all. It is the Maze Jackson Show. Maze, Riis, and Ruthie all in the building. So let's do this. Riis. Oh, I forgot to say what's up to Riis. Riis, what's up, man? How you feeling today, bro?
Blessed by the best. You know the rest. I'm glad you're back, Ruthie, because I went over there to get these sheets and saw it was 3 printed in color. I was like, if she did not show up in color.
Listen,
I hit the wrong button. I was a little bit behind today, so I just hit print, and I was scared. It's 3 sheets?
No, it's 2.
Okay, at least I got double
color, though. It's in color.
It's in color.
I use my color.
And I see you drawing emojis on here now.
I will see the color so you can see my football.
You treat us so good, Maze, with the color paper.
Oh, thank you.
Such a joy to work.
Thank you. Well, don't think of it as work. Think of it as a labor of love. Because the people, I'm telling you, Ruthie, when you be gone, the people be like, man, see, we need Ruthie to talk about this because, Maze, you be on some stuff. So, anyway, it's the Maze Jackson Show. We got Maze, Ruthie, and Riis in the building. We know we ain't going to get tired. So, let's get this soul plane up to 60,000 feet. We are up and away. Hey, Riis, I know you can't wait to do sports today. Shout out to the White Sox, AL Central champions. Go White Sox.
You already did it, so I'm going to skip that portion.
So you're going to just report on the Cubs lose again.
Come on, man.
The Cubs, they suck again. And it's going to be a long road back. Looks like we're on the 100-year path again. DJ Riis the ruler.
Hey, we the current champions in baseball, so until y'all win one, hey, where y'all at?
Hey.
Y'all approaching on it.
Hey, Riis,
yeah, 16.
That's when we get salty, man.
16.
Homeland Security ends the usage of horses at the river. The fuck? I didn't say. I just said the fuck.
No, I'm laughing about the whole situation. Like they really had to make that a, you know what I'm saying?
Right. That's my point.
They just gonna switch the 4-wheelers.
Right, but
it's gonna be.
But it look a little bit better
What's
than
that thing, Max something?
I mean, I'm saying I would have felt a little different. Mm-hmm. The horse is just too rootsish. It was just too much roots. It was too much roots to that. And you know the Haitians got the short pants, so it'd be
not the short pants.
But the short pants. I mean, if they didn't have them
up because they was walking through the water.
If they didn't have them blue bags though, that would have straight been a picture of 1862.
They weren't trying to drop that food though.
Yeah, Amen. And that's why they had them bags tied waterproof tight though. You notice they had the knot, like you know when they put the knot and the knot be right above, you could drop that bag anywhere. It ain't going nowhere.
It would have floated right across.
It would have floated right across. They had to pick their food up and kept going. Not to be funny, but we're going to talk about that a little bit more at the social media question of the day. Also, are the Bears out of here? It looks like it could be unless they get an entire new stadium with a dome. Now, I need to say this. I'd rather have a dome. I don't know that it's that much of an advantage to anybody to play in a colder environment. Mm-hmm. Like, you know, we say like, oh, bear down, be in the cold. And I don't really care to go to the football games when they cold outside like that. So I would be happy with the dome. Man, if you ever, and now here's the thing. They would have.
Hold on. Because I would just like to interject.
Oh, Lord.
That.
They didn't take a knee.
No. See, I wasn't even about to take that, but you know I'm with Cap. But it is. I don't think they should play in a dome. They ain't have domes back in the day when they was playing. They need to tough it out, and that's grinding it out and being a champion and all this stuff that you always talking about. So keep that same energy when it come to this dome for these Chicago Bears, Mr. Maze Jackson.
I'm with it though. I'm with it. Like I feel like certain teams you like kind of built on you. Like we the monsters of the Midwest,
but we're not.
But we support. The game was on ground and pound. So when you come here, you can't beat us in the air. It's home field advantage. Like that's the advantage.
Hey, Riis,
we're here.
I'm telling you what I'm thinking. Well, I mean that's cool. having gone to the Cowboys Stadium, having stood on the Star, having enjoyed the pleasures of many indoor
You a
stadiums.
Cowboy fan or a Bears fan?
I actually am both.
Oh, okay. All right. That's all I got.
I actually am both. And quite frankly, I really just recently became a Bears first fan. So there was a long time in my life that if the Bears and the Cowboys played, I would be rooting for the Cowboys.
Yikes.
Only recently. Remember, as a church child, I really never got to watch football. So I only got to watch the Super Bowl. And in the 70s and 80s, it was the Bears. It was the Cowboys versus the Steelers. Yeah. And I always wanted the Cowboys. And so it evolved into my favorite team until now. I want the Bears, though. Let me just tell y'all, if we had an indoor stadium, do y'all know how much we would kick it? Because, it ain't like we've been, that midway stuff has made us some world champions. So let me just tell you, I would much rather be at the Bears game toasting in December, having a beer if we ain't going to be going to the playoffs. I'm just telling you. It's the Maze Jackson Show. Look, we'll take a quick break and we'll be back. Maze, Ruthie, and Riis. Did we take this thing up? Did we get it up to 60,000? Because no wonder everybody looks so little. Okay, we'll be back after these messages.
The Maze Jackson Show will be back after this break.
WIIFTV PM.
Church Chicago's Power Hour. I'm your host, Angie Mims, and
Terrence Keys, TD, a.k.a. Terrence Daniels.
I wish I had one witness in the house.
You got one. You got a couple of them. Got two T's.
Give me a testimony.
Oh, Lord. He's did it before. Oh, Lord.
I got one. Something better. I got 5 reasons.
5 reasons. Oh, Lord. He turned it around.
Turn it around. He woke me up this morning.
Oh. Don't do this. Don't do this. Number 4?
He woke me up this morning.
Come on, number 3. Come.
He woke me up.
Oh, Lord.
He woke you up.
That thing can touch you. One of them 5s will get you. What's the second one?
He woke me up.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Oh, my God.
And the number 1 reason.
Number 1. Final answer.
He woke me up this morning.
He woke me up this morning.
That's a testimony.
That's a testimony.
And now, traffic and weather.
Good morning. What's in it for the Black People Media family? The time is now 6:35 a.m. and I'm Riis the Ruler with your Chicagoland area sports, traffic, and weather update. In sports, the Chicago White Sox in a doubleheader yesterday against the Cleveland Indians won game 1 7-2, but will lose game 2 5-3, but clinched the AL Central title. Let's go Sox. The Chicago Sky taking on the Dallas Wings in the playoff opener. Candace Parker will have a double-double as the Sky take the win 81-64. Over the traffic on the Kennedy, O'Hare to the Loop is 21 minutes. Outbound to O'Hare is 18. On the Eden, inbound from Deerfield to Exchange is 29 minutes. And it's the same as the way back to Deerfield, also 29 minutes. On the Eisenhower, Thorndale to the Loop is 34 minutes. Back out to Thorndale will be 31. On the Stevenson, from I-355 to the Dan Ryan is 30 minutes. Outbound will be 33. The Bishop Ford, I-80 to the Dan Ryan is 32 minutes. 29 minutes back out to I-80. The Dan Ryan is 16 minutes both ways. That's to the Loop and back out to 95th. DuSable Lakeshore Drive South is 7 minutes. 55th to Jackson as well as Jackson to 55th. And 8 minutes north, Randolph to Bryn Mawr and Bryn Mawr to Randolph. Today's weather. It is currently 55 and clear. Expect rain tonight, but it will be a high of 77 and a low of 52. I'm Riis the Ruler. Now here's So Good on the Maze Jackson Show.
I don't know what you did, but you did it right. Girl, you make it look so easy. Everywhere you go, there's turning left and right. Can't say you a dime, you're a 20-piece. Cause girl, you're all the reason I be acting funny. Everything in me telling me don't let you get away. And all the guys looking like they wanna love you. Every day I'm your body, got not over my dead body. Why you gotta look so good? Why you gotta look so good? Why you gotta look so good? With your hair done, nails done, when you put that clothes on, why you gotta look so good, good. With your hair done, nails done, when you put that clothes on, why you gotta look so good? I can look and see you're not an average chick. You're shutting it down everywhere you go. Girl, I want you as bad as I want a check. Cause you're sexy from head to toe. Girl, you're the reason I be acting funny. Everything in me telling me all that you get away. And all the guys looking like they wanna love you. Every day I'm your body, gone out over my dead body. Why you gotta look so good? Why you gotta look so good? Why you gotta look so good? With your hair done, nails done, when you put your clothes on.
You are listening to the Maze Jackson Show. I'm your host, Maze Jackson. We went a little bit past, so I'm just going to go ahead and roll it. This the man, DJ Riis the Ruler, Mr. Business in the front, party in the back. He got his blonde, what's it called, Ruthie? Bond shag cracking.
It's going to be a tail when he braid it, though.
I can't believe. So what you, yeah, how long you got to let it grow? It got to be all bushy.
He can have a little, one with a little bit of hang time. Put some beads on it.
Oh, Lord.
Or just get a little piece of weave in it.
Lord, if you come in with some weave, hey man, I did not realize that people was getting weave locks and weave hair and weave
weave
everything.
My cousin cut his dreads, and like the next time I see him in like 6 months, it was like down to his stomach. I was like,
he had faux locks.
Nah, he kept his old ones, and then he's like, like they reinsert them now. It's
he got them reattached.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy now.
Well, that's pretty standard. I don't know about cutting them all the way off though, but I know like repairing a lock is pretty standard.
Ruthie, what did you have before you had locks? A perm?
No, I haven't had a perm.
Like
since,
you didn't have
high school.
I'm like, did you have
I had natural hair?
Huh?
I had natural hair.
What you had, like a afro?
Sometimes maybe I might wear like braids or kinky twists.
Okay. All right.
Not too much pressing. That wouldn't have did too much lasting.
Cause you sweat. Did you have your hair pressed like me? I used to have mine feathered. Remember I had it. Y'all didn't see when I had it?
No, I had a curl and bumps in a minute.
Cause it was in my Snoop phase. It was great.
In your Snoop phase.
Yeah, man.
Hey, rap music really influenced you.
It did, man. It did.
I can see you in church all Sunday, and then somebody plays some rap, and you was like, what is that?
Is that NWA?
Man, I never forget the first time I heard NWA in the car. I had a whole music collection that never left the car. Like a whole, I had, but don't even get me started. I used to kill Columbia Music Club. Do y'all remember Columbia Music Club?
Where you could order them CDs and stuff?
For a penny. 12 CDs for a penny, but then it ruined your credit.
Because you had to buy like
5,000 of them later on.
5,000 at $500.
Man, I had every Columbia Music. Boy, that was the original identity theft.
Ooh.
The Columbia Music Club was the origins of identity theft because they didn't check. So you could be like 1 week, and every weekend in the newspaper, on the back of it, it was Columbia House.
Yeah, but I still
Columbia
House.
What CD you still owe them for, Riis?
No, I never did that.
Oh, you didn't?
Nah,
I never forget, dog. Look, I used to play the odds with the Columbia Music because, like, my old man did not have. He was on call, so he didn't always have to be at work, right? So what I would do is, if he caught the shipment, it was on and popping, right? Like, I remember one time. I was like, you just to pray the mail didn't come on Saturday, right? Because if I could get it, and even if he was home, because it was my job to check the mail, but on Saturdays he checked the mail. So if he was home during the day, and the mail came but the mailman was pretty consistent, so he came after school. So I would take the mail And if it came and he was home, I'd hide it in the back in the shed and then wait for him to leave, and then I'd sneak it in the house. Then when I got a car, I just put it in the car. But I'll never forget, man. All the good stuff came one time. And they didn't have parental advisories. So I had like NWA, like plus I listened to, but I also listened to heavy metal. So I was listening, like I had Def Leppard, I had like Motley Crue, I had a bunch of stuff. Man, when that package came and he looked at that, yeah, it wasn't a good day. I'll just tell you. It just wasn't a good. First of all,
did he confiscate it?
Not only did I, first of all, I got confiscated. I got a couple wax. Yeah, man. And then, but it's like you was waiting for it. But see, what I had done was I had sent another one in with the exact same order under a different name. So then it came during the week and I was straight.
Ooh.
But that's why I learned, hey man, that in Pizza World. Pizza World at college, do you learn a lot? You can learn. Whew, I don't even tell y'all about that. Well, it's a whole nother story. All right, y'all, this is the Mace Jackson Show. Let's get some more headlines really quickly. Do you all remember that story about the guys at Starve Rock, that there was that explosion maybe about a year ago? Mm-hmm. And there was the 3 guys that were fishing, and then all of a sudden there was an explosion. Mm-hmm. This story was crazy. I thought they were messing around or doing something. They basically had gone fishing. Check this out, Ruthie, and you'll appreciate this because you fish. They had gone fishing all day, had caught their whole. They took their catch. They started a campfire, and they were frying the fish on the shore. They picked up this item that they thought was a copper pipe to hold up their pot or to hold up their frying pan. Turns out it was an explosive device from a bridge demolition, and it blew up and it killed them. That was crazy. So now they're suing. But man, how crazy is that? And when I saw the picture of it, like that'll have you shook because you could easily. It just looks like a pipe,
just like a piece of metal. That you can use.
Like you could just use
scrap metal.
Yep, and boom, blew them all up.
Wow.
All right. CDC backs boosters, but not for frontline workers. I know. The data says. And then the body of Jelani Day, 25-year-old Illinois State student, was found in the Illinois River under some questionable circumstances. So hopefully we'll get an answer to that. This is the Mace Jackson Show. I'm your host, Mace Jackson. Got my girl Ruthie Moore in the building, plus DJ Riis, the ruler, Mr. Business in the front, party in the back. Riis, give me the big voice, man. Give me the big old voice if you ready.
It's time for the social media question of the day.
Ruthie, while you was gone, did you see the pictures of the Haitians being rounded up and horseback ridden? I was talking about the horses a little bit earlier, but did you see those pictures?
I did. I'm abreast of the story.
Okay, so Ruthie, and I got, so I want to know, what should we expect of the Biden administration on the Haitian border crisis? Now, initially, I was just going to drop this at the feet of Kamala, right? Because if you recall, Kamala Harris, Vice President Kamala Harris, was the number one most vociferous advocate for the immigrants during the campaign season. Mm-hmm. Fought harder. She was worried about the children sleeping in cages, and I mean, she was down there all the time. She was making it her thing. And she's been surprisingly quiet when it's black people. Now, I want to also, there's going to be a point where I'm going to address the ADOS, HDOS in this as well. Because I do think that the Haitian community and those communities that are from the diaspora, who often come here and don't necessarily feel the love for us that we kind of give to everybody. I think you all should pay attention to the fact that while y'all telling us not to be like us right now, probably the biggest piece of leverage will be the black community standing up and saying something. So I want to make sure that I'm clear that what?
No, I'm with you.
I mean,
y'all need to forget about slavery. It happened so long ago.
Right. And you know there are people who tell their kids don't be like the black folks.
Don't be like the blacks.
Right. Now I just want to make sure I put that there because them still my cousins. Them my stuck up cousins. They gonna be the uppity cousins who brought their own food to the cookout. Right. They got their own little. They brought you something, but they got their own thing that y'all can't have none of. The southern border in the town of Del Rio, the Rio Grande, isn't the Rio Grande the river that is most famous for Latinos crossing to get to America?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So I got to understand why in the exact same location is there a difference in how the people are being treated, even from how they're being referenced, from immigrants to migrants. It is amazing to me that they are not given the opportunity to seek asylum. I think of every single speech that they gave us when they took out Citizen in the city of Chicago and they talk about this country was built on immigrants and migration and people coming here for a new chance and a new start in life. And if we didn't all accept it when it was that we were being racist, we were being all of this. And I don't see any of those groups, except for yesterday in Chicago tonight, I did see a Latino man speaking on behalf of the Haitians, because if they do get it, they want the immigrate, they want to claim them as immigrants, not as black folks. I gotta ask, why is it different, and should we have a better expectation of Democrats? Now, did you also see that the special envoy, Daniel Foote, resigned for what he called, let me read what he said exactly. He called the U.S.'s inhumane and counterproductive decision to deport. Can I point out to you that right now there were 3 planes a day leaving Afghanistan to save American citizens. They are sending 7 planes a day to get the Haitians back. They were more worried about keeping the Haitians from coming into the country than they were rescuing American citizens from Afghanistan. I just need for you to understand this. This is during the Biden administration. I got to ask you again, where's Kamala? Now, if you tell me that she is the vice president and she can't really do nothing and you've marginalized that position, then please do not be the person that told us that. Then you must admit failure if she is powerless. Now, I tried to say that getting the vice president really don't give you nothing. But she becomes powerless, and so we have to admit that we took nothing. We took the chucks and pearls, we took the photos, we took the selfies, we took the fun feeling over the power. And I got it one more time, just touch on the Haitian, African, and I need for all of those groups that sign that letter as immigrants, not as black people, to understand that right now, see how you are being treated as an immigrant compared to the other immigrants. Let me just let you know that 75 unaccompanied Afghanis are coming to Chicago. They have already arrived, unaccompanied minors. Nobody's talking about sending no Afghanis back. Let me help you understand that right now, Chicago is set to receive 5,000 Afghan citizens. We are bringing in, I think, over 100,000. Is that maybe but let me just say this. We're bringing way more Afghanis into this country who aren't even from this hemisphere. than and so it's important because, you know, Ruthie, one of the things that Mark Carter pointed out when we were on this office of Black Americans is that when they talked about immigration and the plans for immigration, all the African groups were signed up on that. All the Haitian groups signed up under immigrants. And I just need for y'all to understand that while they say all of that stuff, y'all still the OJ of that group. And maybe you don't understand still the OJ, but whether it's Kaffir, whether it's whatever it is, understand that you ain't the same. You can try to be with them. You can point at us. But when I looked at that picture, that could have been anybody from Africa, Chicago, or Texas. And it was from Haiti. What should we expect from a Democratic administration in a case like this? Like, Jesse Jackson right now he's written, but we don't really have the Jesse Jackson of old per se. Where are the Clintons? Where are all of the people that profited the last time and raised millions of dollars for Haiti? Somebody had in my comments, somebody said, how many of y'all that are talking about Kamala donated money to Haiti when they had the crisis? And my point is, we did. How many of us donated to to Latinos though against our will? How much government money has been spent to resettle everybody else? I don't. If our government is spending money, I want it spent equitably. So don't, like, if we're going to mete out federal dollars to help people, my money is going to support all of these actions. Our collective money. It's the Mace Jackson Show. Ruthie, what you think? What's our responsibility? Give us a call, 872-259-7474. And should we have any expectations of Kamala? Is she fighting behind the scenes saying we got her? Or I thought she said don't come.
I think one of the first indications that something was amiss when they restricted the airspace around it. And it was really the Republicans that was like, no, we got to show this. Like, you know, they was the ones that really pushed the visual images out there from my vantage point. And I think it's, you know, it kind of reminded me also of how the Biden administration really wanted to like suppress the camera footage at the southern border, you know, with the kids in the cages and whatnot. So I think this is a tactic that they use. Trump. No, I'm talking about Biden and Kamala. Like, they were restricting like camera coverage and things like that. Oh yeah, it was a thing. Remember when people were kind of like, Kamala needs to speak about the immigration. That's when Biden put her in charge of what was happening at the southern border. But I think that, you know, black immigrants, it's always been like
migrants, not immigrants.
My bad. Black migrants always kind of get a like, it's like I'm not gonna say it's a joke because it's not funny, but it's like a running joke that we've been talking about in terms of how they get sent back. Now, I do think it's interesting that they did take the same route, you know, so which speaks to, in my humble opinion, about the threat that we really do have in terms of the open borders that we share with other countries. So in terms of the process and for like sending them back, keeping them here, giving them asylum, etc., I definitely do think that the Biden administration, if this was Trump, they would be marching up and down the streets. They probably would have organized something on DuSable Lakeshore Drive. And so I agree they need to be keeping that same energy. And you used the word equitable. You already know what that means. But so I think it is just really an interesting thing. And I think black people, again, you know, regular blacks. I don't even know how we classify ourselves these
A-dose,
days. A-dose, regular
So let's
blacks.
just say A-dose and H-dose, right?
Okay.
Because we all got cousins.
That's what I'm saying. We can't even, we ain't even got a name. So it's like, so us, the, A-dose, so whatever we calling ourselves today, like it does put us in a precarious position, because if we just doing addition and subtraction, we keep on subtracting ourselves. So the question is, as a regular foundational A-dose black person, like, how do I advocate for one group and not advocate for another? But when both of those things kind of make me not be able to advocate for myself. So it puts me in a it's a conundrum.
It is truly a conundrum.
It's a conundrum.
So, see, I don't know. So Ruthie, I'm so glad to know I'm not crazy. First of all, can y'all give us a call, 872-259-7474. I want to know what your thoughts are. I feel like there's this conundrum of, I could think back to right here in this studio, right? I'm not going to be as petty as I really could be. Mm-hmm. But I do remember having a conversation where I talked to a person of Haitian descent who was like, my mama told me not to be like y'all. Right? Like, and we talked about that mix of being part of, because in this space, we like, you get the whole full benefits of being black, of foundational A-dose, whatever.
Check the box. You checking that black box.
But at the same time, it's very easy to pivot into another space. And I'm not going to tell you about the person who warned me in advance. But the person who warned me in advance was like, hey, Joe, this is what's going to happen. And when you say no to this, this, and this, then it's going to be you anti this.
That anti.
Right.
A-N-T-I.
So I became the anti. So the answer becomes, you're the... Now, at the same time, I can't watch you get... I just watched you try and stick me for my blackness, but because of your blackness, I can't stand there and watch them whoop on you. Even though you was like, you can't really get none of this barbecue. Now they want to cook you. Mm-hmm. I got two options. I could do like Kamala and look and be like, I don't see this. Right? I mean, really. Like, I've often said that if you play me, like, I'm a love or hate dude. So either you're going to love us or you're going to hate us. You calling us to come to the march? What that mean tomorrow? Now, that's how I want to be. I want to be like, remember that time you had said?
Or remember that time when I couldn't understand what you were saying because you got your own language and your own culture and you excluded me from it?
Yep. Now, I got to be here for you, though. Because realistically, you don't necessarily have a strong voice in the city, in the state, in government. There's nobody that's really claiming at the Congressional Black... If we don't push, the Congressional Black Caucus will be like, what? Huh? What? I don't know what you're talking about. What border? Because have we heard anybody from the Black Caucus? We have from the city of Chicago's Black Caucus because they're having a press conference today. But it just is amazing to me, like, the silence of everybody involved in this. Because there's a level of hypocrisy that's twisted up in it. Look, y'all, this is the Maze Jackson Show. We're going to take a quick break so Riis can tell us about how the White Sox are the American League champions. And then when we come back, we will continue this conversation. Plus, with everything I forgot Ruthie is back. I'm taking this off the page.
What did it say?
No. We'll talk about this some more when we come back. It's the Maze Jackson Show. Because I was going to talk about police in schools after everything that happened with Simeon and outside of the Kenwood football game. But I don't think I want to talk about it now because Ruthie here. So we'll talk about it anyway. It's the Maze Jackson Show. We'll be back.
Show. We'll be back after this break.
WIIFTBPM.
Shop at Black-owned and operated Solo Beauty, where you are appreciated and respected. Located at 8158 South Cottage Grove, Solo Beauty can supply all of your black hair care needs. Solo Beauty is open from 11 a.m. to 8 p.m., Tuesday through Saturday.
Introducing your trusted source for high-quality black emojis, better known as Blackmoji. We believe black is beautiful, and that beauty should be reflected in the digital market. Now there is an app that does just that, starting with Black Greek letter organizations. Blackmoji D9 offers more than an emoji app. It is a cultural experience of black excellence. Download the app in the Apple or Google Play Store to access a specially curated catalog of emojis representing the Divine Nine. Use the emojis to celebrate Black Week events, acknowledge current events, support social causes, and learn about esteemed Black Week members who blaze the trail of Black history. A portion of every subscription goes toward a scholarship fund specifically for members of Black Greek letter organizations to help keep the legacy alive. Download the Blackmoji app today.
And now, traffic and weather.
Good morning. What's in it for the Black People Media family? The time is now 7:04 a.m. And I'm Riis the Ruler with your Chicagoland area sports, traffic, and weather update. In sports, the Chicago White Sox taking on a doubleheader against the Cleveland Indians yesterday, winning Game 1 7-2, but losing Game 2 5-3, but clinched the AL Central title. Let's go Sox to our playoff run. The Chicago Sky in the playoff home opener, taking on the Dallas Wings last night at home, as Candace Parker would take a double-double and the Sky would beat the Wings 81-64. Now over the traffic on the Kennedy. O'Hare to the Loop is 32 minutes. Outbound to O'Hare is 36. On the Eden, inbound from Deerfield to the Exchange is 42 minutes. Exchange back to Deerfield will be 29. On the Eisenhower, Thorndale to the Loop, 39 minutes. Back out to Thorndale will be 37. On the Stevenson from I-355 to the Dan Ryan is 47 minutes. Outbound will be 37. On the Bishop Ford, I-80 to the Dan Ryan is 39 minutes. 29 minutes back out to I-80. The Dan Ryan is 19 minutes to the Loop. 15 minutes back out to 95th. DuSable Lakeshore Drive South, 55th to Jackson, as well as Jackson to 55th is still 7 minutes. On the north side of things, Randolph to Bryn Mawr and Bryn Mawr back to Randolph is still 8 minutes. Today's weather, it is currently 55 and clear. Expect rain late tonight. Today will be a high of 77 and a low of 52. I'm Riis the Ruler. Now here's some Dante on this Friday on the Mays Jackson Show.
What about my love? Seems you have forgotten love. I do believe that something went wrong somewhere. What about my feelings? Do they mean anything at all? You got me so in love, I'm too blind to see. But you got my love, now you won't.
wanna change your mind. Now that you got my love, you don't even come around. Now that you got my love, got me standing on shaky ground. What kind of way is that to treat your man? When I gave all that I never had, you got me going through changes of life with you. Are you sure you wanna let? Think it over, babe. 'Cause girl, I believe, I think you just might wanna change your mind. Now that you got my love, you don't even come around. Now that you got my love, you got me standing on shaky ground. Yeah. Now that you got my love, you don't even come around. You don't come around. Now that you got all my love, you got me standing on shaky ground. Put your hands together. Put your hands together. Before you leave out the door, before you leave out the door, baby, won't you change your mind? Really wish you would change your mind. Now that you got my love, you don't even come around. Now that you got my love, you got me standing on shaky ground. Now that you got my love, you don't come around. Now that you got all my love, you got me standing on shaky ground. Put your hands together. Put your hands together. Oh my! I had a conversation with her. This is how it went. Before you leave out the door, before you leave out the door, baby, won't you change your mind? Oh, Lord have mercy. 'Cause I need you and you need me. I know we can be happy. Just wait and see. Baby, won't you change your mind? I'll do better if you change your mind. Now that you got my love, you don't even come around. Now that you got my love, got me standing on shaky. Now that you got my love, you don't even come around. Now that you got my love, you got me standing on shaky ground. Baby, won't you change your mind? Baby, won't you change your mind? Oh, no. I've been hoping, baby,
to the Maze Jackson Show. You are listening to the most dangerous show in the morning. This is What's in It for the Black People Radio. Maze Jackson. Maze Jackson, the most vociferous advocate for black people in the world.
Church if you ain't trying to help us. Don't even try to be around and can't protect us. We see the lies now of the politicians. We need money and no symbolism. It's Maze and Riis and Ruthie and Todd explaining how we all come from God, giving us tools to beat the odds. If we united, our movement gon' stop. If they ain't trying to help us, they ain't trying to do nothing. We gotta do something. We gotta stop running. It's time to confront the problem. Really, you expect you oppressed to solve.
Wake up, Chicago. Wake up, world. This is the Maze Jackson Show. I'm your host, Maze Jackson. Got my co-host in the building. She got the fresh locks, twisted up, all shiny. Look at you, Ruthie. Look, don't be a hater.
We was having a good morning until you sent me that video.
No, Ruthie. Them's your kids. Them's our peoples. But we're gonna talk about that. Ruthie just saw the video that I showed yesterday, right?
I listened to the lyrics.
Man. But we're gonna go back. That's because we're gonna talk about, do we still need police in schools? Now, we're gonna talk about that in a minute. But before we do that, what expectations should we have for Democrats with this Haitian border crisis? And I gotta tell you, it is somewhat of a kerfluffle because it's like nobody involved really loves black people. Not ADOS black people. But yet and still, or they might love, they love what they can get from us, but they don't necessarily love us. So I don't know how we deal with this situation. Riis, we got anybody on the phone? Anybody call? Do we have any expectations? Call you on the Maze Jackson Show. What say you? Caller?
Hey, good morning, Brother Maze. This is Frank from Westside.
What up, Frank?
Ruthie, welcome back. We miss you. You know you miss when your name comes up in conversation every day in a positive way. Riis the Ruler, good morning to you, too.
Morning.
Listen, do we have any expectation of the Biden administration? Yeah, of course we do. We have expectation. We expect them not to treat these Haitians the way Donald Trump and anyone else will. Are they going to get that? No. This mistreatment of the Haitians and sending them back goes all the way back to Jimmy Carter. Every administration has done it, even including President Obama. Okay, but what we do expect from Joe Biden, like what you said, Brother Mays, is true. We heard from everyone except him. He needs to come out and not be silent as the way we came out as a community and say, "Hey, this is wrong," and just got to be corrected, because if you don't, you're condoning it. He needs to come out, at least let it be known that he's giving an order to get rid of horses and let some of these people in. They have a few in. But more and more are going back. It's like the stamp is already ready to send them back. You see what I'm saying? And this, I don't expect no big change. But I must be honest, even if they didn't have the horses and they had the forwarders, the ATV, like Ruth was saying, or had the cars, we would still say the same thing. They treat them like slaves because they are. But this way they treat us. Over here, everything they do to us could be tied directly to the way our ancestors got treated in bondage. And lastly, Brother Mays, let me say, I hope you saw the latest on the sister in the park with the dog. And the full video is out. I must say, Brother Mays, you know what I'm saying? The sister's lawsuit is going to go nowhere. She's in the wrong. I hope you check it out and do a search me question, because I showed her the letter.
Wait, Frank. I saw the video. Wait, I saw the video. What do you mean? Frank. They nominate Frank.
But did you see the audio? Did you hear the audio?
Yeah, I heard the audio. I ain't seen. No, hey, Frank. Brother Frank, they already took a vote yesterday to vote you out as the president. of the phone club.
They did.
You can't be siding with the police. Well, against the black girl, brother Frank. I'm trying to save you, dog. They tried to impeach you yesterday. I think Tennille made the nomination. Frank, what are you saying?
Let me just say this, Brother Mays. I felt that coming, but I'm gonna always keep it real. I try to protect those 15-year-olds and that video they made the same way I came out in protection of the millennials. When us baby boomers, everyone was dogging them up on what they was handling, what the society is treating us. Okay? Now, it's their time. If we ain't got the backbone to do what they're doing, you know what I'm saying? That's on us. We was cowards. These millennials are doing the right thing. Let me just back about them. Now, I came out and protected 16-year-olds who made that video the same way I protect them. You know, we're doing them the same way. We watch gangster movies. We watch freaking cowboy and western shoot 'em up, all the way up to the freaking Arnold Schwarzenegger movies and the new Jack Fishback movies. You see what I'm saying? And that influenced us. These 15-year-olds, this is the expression how this society is affecting them. I thought nothing wrong with that video as far as being a video. We watch full-length pictures. That's all I'm saying. I'm going to keep it. If they want to vote me out, then go ahead. I'm still calling in and keep it real and voice my opinion. I'm sorry, y'all.
Hey, don't be sorry for your opinion. Hey, Brother Frank, don't be sorry for your opinion. But, boy, I'm just telling you, I think you might have got them to go ahead and hit the gavel on that one. They might have got an acknowledgement from the chair. Look, Frank, you can't be with the police against the sister. She told the pop to leave her alone. Oh, Brother Frank. Brother Frank.
Brother man, let me spell out. He clearly told her, said, man, if you don't keep on walking, you're going to put the handcuffs on. She stopped and turned around and she keep on walking and just challenging them. This sister.
She should have just complied. Brother Frank, are you saying she should have just complied? Is that what you are saying? She should have just complied, Brother Frank.
And yes, and then turn around and start to compare because she was their racial profile. He wants to say white people. Then she should turn around and film him not saying nothing white people. Then she had a strong case. Follow the order. The bottom line is the park was closed. He's a law enforcement officer, and he did tell her, you don't force to put the handcuffs on if you don't keep on walking. She stopped and turned around as if to challenge that. Like, I dare you put your hands on me. Well,
she did not say, I dare you to put your hands on me. She turned on her camera and was like, I'm about to get this because you're not finna be pounding me. Oh, Brother Frank, Brother Frank. You know I be trying to do some blocking and tackling for you. Brother Frank, I'm trying to stop him from voting you out.
Now you put words in my mouth. I did not say she said that. It was like she was challenging him to follow his threat, follow his threat. He's not giving women enough credit for being highly intelligent.
He was trying to get him a free field, Brother Frank.
Even if it didn't, even if she didn't comply, it still didn't give him the right to be groping her like that.
He was trying to get him. He was trying to get him a squeeze, Brother Frank. I'm just telling you. He was like, look at this voluptuous black woman. He was on it. He is on some BS, bro. Brother Frank, I got to. Brother Frank, I stick up for you all the time when you're right. This one time, I can't get it to you on this one. Hey, I might have to acknowledge the vote, though. Hey, this is the Maze Jackson Show. Let's go to James. James, you're on the Maze Jackson Show.
Hey, what's going on? Hey, Ruthie, welcome back.
Thank you.
Hey, you know what the problem is? We got so many people in our community that thinks like Brother Frank. I love that brother to death, but come on, bro. I mean, and back to this Haitian situation. You know, Brother Frank kept saying what the Democratic Party, there's a lot of black people saying this, what they need to do or what they better do, but you don't hear black people saying what's going to happen if you don't do it. And that's the problem. I mean, that whole definition of insanity, we constantly loyal to these people, and they constantly show you who they are. But you know what? In the next 3-4 years, when election time comes, they're going to march all their little pundits in front of us, the preachers, the politicians, and they're going to tell us why we need to vote Democrat. Tell us why we need to keep voting for these people. Yes, we never benefit. And it's obvious what they think about you, man. Look at what's going on. And I go up and down my timeline. I remember the whole situation in France, and, you know, everybody had these little Facebook, I don't know what you call
profiles. They was changing their, I stand with France.
But man, I have not one time seen nobody say pray for these brothers and sisters in Haiti. black people are not even talking about it. It's like we have been taught not to have compassion for one another. And we are a sick people. We are mentally sick. And it is sad, man. I mean, we should be up in arms about this situation. Because the only thing that separates me from that brother that was in that water running from that horse is his dialect. That's it. They look at us all the same. But you know what, May? We're going to launch our dumbasses right back in that hole, and we're going to vote for these bastards again. And we're going to keep getting what we get because we are ignorant as hell.
Well, dang. Tell them how you really feel. And speak for yourself, dog. I ain't ignorant. Thank you. That's my man, James Big Slim Davis. Can I tell y'all something, though? I don't know if y'all... Ruthie, I had a moment this week. I'm really just thinking reflectively about the timeline and how much we give to this, etc. Right, and it was this week I was getting, I felt like I was getting pummeled by, kind of like I felt like I was getting beat down by the den, right? And I was like, man, when will it ever be enough? And it's like people always say, well, why do you don't do this and why you don't? How come? People have judgments as to why you don't do things. It's like because I've run up the hill many a times, right? And everybody be like, great logic, and then Kamala come out with Chucks and Pearls and we forgot everything. Ooh. Right? And so it's like it's these moments where this is going to happen and there is no consequence at all. Like, literally, they're going to be able to tell you Donald Trump is coming back and we are going to forget this. And I'm not, y'all got to understand that my experience has not always been the most positive with our black immigrant community. But I still can't sit by. And I feel like this is the moment where all of those people who be like, that tell their parents to look down on us, those are the people whose parents tell them don't be associated with us. Those are the people, they need us right now. And I do feel like there needs to be a frank discussion. Like, I really start to feel like there needs to be a frank discussion between ADOS and everybody else. Because I do feel like this is one of those moments where we still do got what happened. We still got people floating and trying to figure out what's going on in Louisiana. Black folks. Like, native blacks. And now if they were smart, like if the government was smart, they'd have been sending pictures of helicopters flying into Louisiana and they was rescuing black folks. And then we could be like, but it's like the same, we getting the same treatment both sides. Like, understand that the black Haitians that are at the southern border are almost in the same situation as the blacks in Louisiana. Water, bridges, trying to save your life, trying to survive, right? And really, it's all the same. It's just nowhere they can send you if you in Louisiana. What they gonna do, put you on a plane to Houston? They did that before. Remember when our black people were on the roofs and what did they refer to them as? They weren't calling them, they were like refugees, remember? Remember they were calling us U.S. citizens refugees. Like, if you can't see, there was George Bush, there was Joe Biden. What was the difference? Give us a call, 872-259-7474. Anything up there, Riis? All right. I'm just asking you. Ruthie.
You asking good questions, May. I do think that we are at a place where we have to make some decisions. And I think that when we think about the treatment of black immigrants, people that
migrants, they're calling them. I'm just telling you, they're very specific.
Language matters.
Because immigrants means you stand. Migrants mean get your ass out.
Language matters, right? I'm with you in terms of, I feel a type of way. about how y'all be treating me and my people. But
Who is y'all?
I'm talking about regular blacks, foundational blacks.
Getting treated by who? White people or
no, by the other blacks of the diaspora.
Okay.
Like I do feel a type of way about that, and that is oftentimes like conversations that just come up amongst me and my peers, particularly ones who are Ghanaian, Nigerian, Haitian, etc. So it's tough, but again, the same. We got to stand with our people. Now, don't be fooled though, because I think that the Democratic Party is trying to forget about foundational, regular ADOS blacks. And so if we just talk about addition and subtracting, I ain't trying to subtract from my own.
Ooh.
So I'm telling you, it's a precarious position because yes, they look like me, but are they really my own? And so if it come down to it and I got to choose a side, I'm rocking with the blacks. Like no matter what. But again, even in rocking with the blacks, it's a spectrum. Because again, we are in a precarious position as ADOS. Because everybody want to, co-opt our struggle, but then they want to piggyback and use us as a stepping stone to make their own stuff better. And it just makes me feel a type of way. So again, I do feel like my back is against the wall as a black person. So I don't know what to do.
So I was thinking about the concept of how we talk. Remember how I was saying in the people, well, you weren't here this week when I said it, but I think we were talking about the people of color thing that we fit under. And then under the same umbrella, we got the Asians who are fighting to keep black folks from getting more spots. And the black folks who are actually getting the spots are Africans. That ain't us. And so there's this fight to exclude us.
Look around at. Listen, I've been peeping this game, and it kind of caught me. It kind of caught me off guard. One day I looked around and I was like, "Dang, all these black people ain't really that black. They actually look at business, health, the healthcare field, the business field.
Google all the chief diversity officers and see if their names don't begin with an A.
It puts us in a precarious position.
Because diversity and inclusion, right? Now there's the chief diversity and inclusion officers, and all of those people are, if they're not Latino or Latina, they're African or of African descent. And so they then open the floodgates again. Right now, even if you look at who are the growing largest the mayor touts the two biggest construction companies growing, the two biggest growing black, and they're not necessarily ADOS black companies, right? And it's a weird, precarious thing because it's like
this is one of those difficult conversations because the first thing they're gonna say is that you anti, and why I got to be anti anything just to be staunchly an advocate for my people.
Because we are the only people that are not allowed to choose who we want to represent us. We don't get to choose the people who represent us in most of the spaces. They pick the people that make them the most comfortable. They make them the most palatable. And I would tell you that oftentimes, a lot of what I have found, like when you go to Africa, because it was colonized by Britain, the colonial stuff is still there, right? So they still, like, you think about when you go to Zimbabwe and they done threw out all the white people, but they all still wear powdered white wigs. They speak the King's English, right? They are the impact. And so it's a weird kind of thing. Let's do this. Let's take a quick break because I want to. Any other call? We do have calls, so I'll take whatever calls you got on this. And then after that, we're going to talk about police and schools. This is the Maze Jackson Show. We'll be back after these messages. Okay, after these messages and these messages and these. Yes.
We'll be back after this break.
WIIFTBPM.
Reese the Ruler. This is Week Ho Wednesday, and to my right is Everybody's Women Crush Wednesday. My cooking screen, crash system, Are you in need of spyware or virus removal from your computer? Well, contact RPC Computer Repair in South Shore and let us help you with all your computer repair services and print needs. Need office or print production services, copies, scans, fax, or even notary service? Then stop by and support RPC Computer Repair and Print Shop located 1741 East 71st Street in the 71st Street corridor, newly revitalized South Shore areas, and let RPC be your one-stop shop, where we believe RPC is your PC. RPC Computer Repair is also a UPS access point where you can drop off and pick up your important packages. So let RPC be of service to you. Call RPC Computer Monday through Saturday, 8 a.m. through 6 p.m. at 773-966-4457. That's 773-966-4457. Visit RPC at rpccomputeringinc.com for more information.
And now, traffic and weather.
Good morning. What's in it for the Black People Media family? The time is now 7:34 a.m. and I'm Riis the Ruler with your Chicagoland area sports weather and traffic update. In sports, the Chicago White Sox in a doubleheader yesterday against the Cleveland Indians. They will go on to win game 1 7-2. Lose game 2 5-3, but they still clinch the AL Central title. The Chicago Sky taking on the Dallas Wings in the WNBA in the playoff opener. Candace Parker will have a double-double, and the Sky will win 81-64. Now over to traffic on the Kennedy. O'Hare to the Loop is 45 minutes. Outbound to O'Hare will be 26 on the Eaton. Inbound from Deerfield to the Exchange is 47. Exchange back to Deerfield is 31. On the Eisenhower, Thorndale to the Loop, 68 minutes. Back out to Thorndale will be 40. On the Stevenson from I-355 to the Dan Ryan is 52 minutes. Outbound will be 59. The Bishop Ford, I-80 to the Dan Ryan is 60 minutes. 29 minutes back out to I-80. The Dan Ryan is 18 minutes to the Loop, 16 minutes back to 95th. On the Sabo Lakeshore Drive South, 55th to Jackson is 9 minutes. Jackson to 55th is 7. And it's still 8 minutes locked in on the north side, Randolph to Bryn Mawr, and Bryn Mawr back to Randolph. Today's weather, it is still 55, but sunny. Expect rain later on, late tonight. It will be a high of 77 and a low of 52. I'm Riis the Ruler. Let's throw back with Steve Stone on this Friday here on the Mays Jackson Show.
Let's reminisce, yeah. Woo. See, I remember the first day we met, a Thursday night at the club I'll never forget. Do you remember the words that I said? One night in my bed you'll never regret. And you, with your pretty brown eyes, I knew, baby, you would change my life. And you opened up my eyes to see I'm excited for our future, but I love our history. Let's throw back to the day that we first met. Let's throw back, I never will forget. Let's throw back to when we fell in love. Let's throw back, babe. I wanna throw back, babe. Is it just me? Don't you miss those nights sexing on the beach, playing Isley Brothers in between the sheets? And now we're taking flights from London to Belize, and we're popping bottles, endless shopping sprees. Still sexy as can be. I knew you're still the only one for me. Yeah. I'm feeling lucky as can be. I'm excited for our future, but I love our history. Yeah. To the day that we first met, let's throw back. I really wanna know. Let's throw back. Let's go back.
You are listening to the Maze Jackson Show. I'm your host, Maze Jackson. Got my co-host, Ruthie Moore. Hey, y'all, let's get Ruthie a Canada Goose. We got to get Ruthie a Canada Goose.
Whatever, Maze.
We can get you the, Ruthie, I think we could get you the kitty. You could be on the kid side, and you probably could get you one.
A Canada Goose collection.
Dang, you want a collection?
That's what you gonna need for the one I want.
Oh, dang. You be tripping, man. You tripping.
Let me look it up.
Don't look it up. Stay off the page. Stay off the page. This is the Maze Jackson Show. I'm your host, Maze Jackson. Got my girl, Ruthie Moore. DJ Riis, the ruler, in the building. Riis, why you be looking confused sometimes, man? Riis be like, y'all gonna come back or what? We'll come back. I was like waiting for the song. Oh, y'all come back.
I can see the time, so, and then I'll be looking like, all right, you be switching it up sometimes, you be like, yeah, we gonna take this caller, but right after these break, I'll be like, hold on now, wait a minute.
See, now you want straight.
See, listen, we can't even say that.
Ruthie.
It's Friday, man.
Ruthie.
It's Friday.
I'm telling you.
Doing
Did I
good.
tell you,
Me and
Ruthie? Ruthie, I'm telling you.
All week.
Y'all been doing good. Y'all been vibing.
He been holding off though.
As soon as you get here, Ruthie, look, you see.
You know how people act funny,
It's
Riis.
Maze Jackson in my coat. He keep looking at that seat. And Riis the ruler here, everybody.
You ain't even right, Maze.
Maze Jackson here with my coat. No Ruthie Moore. But I got Riis
Now
the
see,
ruler.
Riis, we did week Wednesdays, then we had wipe Thursdays, and now we back, right? And it's like, don't trip. Riis got his shine. Now, Riis was trying. Ruthie, I'm gonna tell you though. Oh, Ruthie, remind me to tell you what Riis did on the break when we got the notice. We got some notice, then remind me to tell you about Mr. Mind My Own Business.
Ooh, okay.
Right, let me tell you. We moving from Mr. Mind My Own Business to Mr. Put the Cables on him. We gonna talk about you on the break. We ain't gonna talk about it on the show, but we gonna talk. Remind me on the break, Ruthie.
I did.
Ruthie, see? Right? Uh-oh. See? Ruthie, it's gonna be too funny too. All right, y'all, it's the Maze Jackson Show. I'm your host. Let's go to the calls, because I do think y'all know y'all. I just want to point out, y'all kicked Ice Cube to the curb for asking y'all just to ask what y'all gonna get. Y'all was like, we get Chucks and Pearls. Chucks and Pearls. All right, y'all. Caller, you on the Maze Jackson Show. Caller.
Good morning, everybody. It's Janessa.
Good morning. Look, she trying to claim her. Ruthie, did you know that yesterday, Janessa, they took a vote. They took a motion. Hold on, no. The black delegation decided that they was gonna create a mutiny. Now they did not even include me. They didn't even get the acknowledgement of the chair. They had a motion, a second, and the next thing I looked, it was like 30 votes, and they had put Janessa in as the president of the phone club.
They stormed Facebook like they stormed the Capitol.
They stormed the whole joint because she was coming for Frank a couple days ago. Now you know if you're gonna replace Frank as the president of the phone club, that means you got to call in for like at least 4 times a week. We know Frank, because as soon as we open up the phone lines, Frank be on. And Frank gonna try and get his title. Frank, I don't know if I just let her take my title like that, dog. You better own it. All right, Janessa, what's going on? What's your name is?
First of all, I got nominated for something I didn't even run for, so I'm even more honored. Thank you, Camille. Thank you. So I just want people to really look at something else, right? Devin and I, we were in the comments and we were talking about Haiti itself. Haiti is an independent country. Though they speak French, France has nothing to do with Haiti. They, in essence, pay for their freedom. And the amount that they will probably be... No, they're not paying anymore. They didn't pay them off. But the lack of infrastructure and the lack of everything that they have is the cost of their freedom. So I want us to start looking at, as we talk about, we need to be free, we need to have this, we need to have that. We need to be looking at Haiti in the way that their country is as far as United States and the world's view of what black freedom would look like. Because in essence, they're free, right? But look at what they have and what they don't have and how they've never had anything. Haiti is one of the poorest countries in the Western Hemisphere for a reason. So when we talk about white supremacy as a sport, it truly is. And we need to start looking at it from that aspect and not just from the emotional aspect of what's happening down at the border. So if we're going to say we need to be free, we give us freedom, we need to have infrastructure in place, sewage, water, things like that. When we at war, we have to think about every aspect of war. That's all I wanted.
Look at you trying to
great call.
That's a great call. Yeah, because I was just thinking about that whole concept of every time they let you be free, they be like, all right, we give you your freedom. Mm-hmm. But you ain't got no toilet to flush. Mm-hmm. Right? I was thinking about the free countries in Africa as they get from underneath their colonial oppressors. One of the biggest challenges is if they don't bow down to the private sector in their countries, then what happens is they get on the list, and then they freeze them. Like I told you when I went to Zimbabwe, and when they got their freedom, it was like it was frozen in time in 1980. Like to get anything, I told you, like when I was trying to come home from Zimbabwe, the airline ticket machine broke down, so they hand wrote our tickets. Think about that. They hand wrote our tickets because it would take like 2 years to get the replacement parts to fix the machine.
Whoa.
Yeah. So they do, and then you think about what they did, and what was the country in Africa? Not Algeria. What was the country in Africa where they made it for the black folks who wanted to leave and go back, and then it became like one of the worst. Everybody got sick, and I can't think of what the name of that country was. We got another caller, Riis?
I know what you're talking about.
Okay.
The colony that they tried to establish.
Yeah, they tried to, and it was, I can't think.
Somebody gonna put it in the comments.
Yeah, somebody will put it in the comments. Look at y'all, Tennille. You can't be leading mutinies and stuff. All right, y'all. Maze Jackson Show. Ruthie.
Immigration. Do you think that, so it's like kind of like immigration is like such a partisan issue nowadays. And it's like you get one narrative from one side and then you get another narrative from the other side.
Liberia.
But like, is there any like middle, can you be on the middle with immigration? Like it seems like you can't. Like you kind of gotta choose. It seemed like where's the middle ground? It seemed pretty extreme to.
The middle ground to me would be, all right, 5, 5, and 5. Mm-hmm. We're gonna take 5,000 y'all, 5,000 y'all, 5,000 y'all. Everybody else going back. Do it equal, right? Do it equal. Hold on. Oh, Liberia. Everybody, look, we got everybody listening. Like Liberia, not Liberia. All right, I got it. It's Liberia. Thank y'all. No, thank you. It's great to know everybody is tuned in and listening. If y'all went to Liberia, I want to know about that too. All right, Ruthie, I'm gonna move on. If y'all say Liberia one more time,
they gotta make sure. I bet we ain't gonna forget it.
I bet we won't. All right, Liberia. Here we go, Ruthie. In light of everything that has been going on at CPS, and you've been gone, so I don't know if you saw, but there was a shooting. There were 2 shootings within 2 hours of students from Simeon. There were social media threats that were posted that seemed to be have been deemed unfounded. However, Superintendent Brown says that we're taking every threat seriously. Coincidentally, it's at the same time when CPS held the vote to keep school police officers in school, school resource officers in school, and signed a contract with CPS, with CPD. 9 schools opted out of police in schools. The rest opted in. I know we talked about the concept of having police in schools because we've seen all of the negative examples. I can't remember what the school on the west side was where the police was jumping on a girl. We've seen stories of police officers handcuffing young children. But at the same time, we see incidents of violence not necessarily perpetrated in school, but associated with school. And this concept of police in schools seems to be part of the defund the police movement, i.e., anything associated with law enforcement is kind of bad with young people. It almost seems like. So talk to me with everything we got going on. And then I'm going to say that here's what I'd also like to say. We know that for 2 years, our kids have not been in school. So for teachers, staff, and faculty, they don't know who the freshmen or sophomores in their schools are at all. There is now a press to get children in schools that are crossing all types of lines. From what I'm hearing and seeing, the young man at Simeon was from Allgale Gardens.
Okay, so hold on. So you're saying that because the young people have been on hiatus from school for a long time, they haven't been like in the physical presence of each other, or really the teachers or the administrative at the schools. So they don't necessarily know. They don't have that rapport, and they don't know the young people. So they don't know who is in what organization, who friends with who live on what block, who got to cross this neighborhood. Gotcha.
And then for 2 years, any beef has been social.
Of course it has.
It has been social. It has been, and now everybody is thrown back in the mix. The first shooting happened away from Simeon at the place where the students hang out. And the second one happened at McDonald's across from a freshman sophomore game near Kenwood. Ruthie, I had a friend on the CPD call me and say, hey, bro, I know Maison likes to go to games, and, you know, there'll be high-ranking games. He shouldn't go. Because we haven't gotten a handle on who's who, where, how, whatever. Ruthie, I want to know, should we have police in schools? And I want to acknowledge that that neither of the two shootings happened at schools. They happened outside of schools. Remember, everything was, wait till we get off school grounds. Wait till we get off school grounds. You can't fight. As soon as we get off school grounds, I'm going to meet you. But I also think that we are at a point operating blind at this point when it comes to intelligence. Like, y'all remember 21 Jump Street? Do you remember 21 Jump Street?
I saw the new one.
No! It wasn't a comedy. It was 21 Jump Street was like about the teen. It was like they were adult cops, but they played high school students, and they caught all the crime that happened in high school. Do you think real crime, there are real, I don't want to call them criminals, but do you think there are real, how serious of a crime can come out of high school students? Because the reason I'm asking this is because how do we, I believe that you can be very nefarious in high school, right? Like you see that these two young men were shot at 15. I'm not going to make any judgments on their life, but I am going to say that it probably was peer-to-peer. I don't think it was probably, I'm not telling you, this is all speculation, but somebody, it's probably high school to high school. How do we survey, should we be proactively policing these things? Like, you listen to the song and I was talking to what your name is, and she was like, you can learn everything just by listening to the song. You can see who got shot, who next. Go look at the Facebook page and see, or the Instagram, and look who laughing when somebody dead. Look who crying, and you can track it. But now, is that over surveilling the kids? Because if that's happening amongst high school students, do I ride down on the high school and bust up some 15-year-old kids? Because they are kids. Give us a call, 872-259-7474. Do you still want police in schools or not? Go ahead, Ruthie.
You know, I think the whole tech surveillance piece, like, that's been a thing. If we can literally sit here within 15 minutes, just click around and look to uncover things, the Chicago Police Department has the technology and the actual room set up with the technology and the people in there manning it. So if we can literally sit and do that, am I supposed to believe that the Chicago police can't connect all these dots?
Should they?
They do. And they have.
Go ahead.
I think it's just as nefarious to sit back and watch it play out.
Okay.
Because if we know, they know. There's literally an infrastructure set up, not just for this to be part of the rap game, but within social media. So if we know, they know.
The question becomes, so they know, and should they proactively enforce?
Intervention is necessary.
Intervention. Our police. So when you say intervention, what do you mean?
So if we can literally sit back, we could probably print off all these pictures.
Should we arrest the high school gang members?
It's not necessarily about arresting. It's about intervention. If we can literally sit here and piece together, hang up these pictures on the wall and draw the lines to everything that's going on, why wouldn't Chicago police do the same thing to proactively stop this?
Would they be over policing?
No.
So I think
it's more overreacting than it is. They need to intervene instead of reacting.
So should CPD? They do have a whole department dedicated to monitoring social media. So would we be upset or bothered then if they proactively went out and searched out these youth-based organizations?
Intervention is necessary.
That's not the police, though. The police. So would it be the police say, okay, this is where it's going to blow. This is where it's going to blow. Not community activists, but psychologists go over there and talk to them.
So the police can't get the money and the resources and then not want to use that to intervene. If that's the case, then give that money to ECSC and let them set up their command center. Like, if they not going to use the intelligence to intervene, stop using the intelligence to collect your data and react. Use it to intervene.
I'm gonna tell you that I don't know that CPD. I don't know if anybody knows where it's gonna pop off at, and I think that's really the issue.
It's not.
Talk to me. Go ahead.
These playbooks are written. The music we just kind of talked about on the break. They responded, so you already know who they talking to. They ain't talking to themselves. So
do you think there's something that they could say to those young people to stop the retaliation?
There has to be intervention. That is the only thing that's going to literally stop this bleeding.
What does that look like?
I just told you. No, you didn't. The same way we know that the technology exists, and we know that social media is already being monitored. We know that they got the command centers set up. So with the increased money and stuff, put more of a concerted effort to intervene in these beefs. With it, the infrastructure is literally legitimately set up. Like, they can just literally look at the YouTube channels. Like, literally.
I got that.
Put the manpower there. It's for the intervention.
What? Okay, so I'm not trying to be funny.
What
does who intervenes?
So, I mean, if they want to pay me to be a consultant,
okay,
I'm happy to get paid. I'm serious, man. So I'm happy to get paid to do it, but I don't necessarily like giving people all the keys.
Okay,
you know what I'm saying? But just for the sake of the conversation, I think that intervention. So look at it from the perspective of that we pretty much can piece together literally just by doing 5 minutes of a little bit of research. We have some key pieces of intelligence that we can go off of.
Should we do it then?
So are we equipped to do so? Again, I said maybe some of that money could have been used for a community command center so that we could be able to use the technology to piece together and draw our little diagrams to see who's doing all the shooting, who doing the killing. Like, the technology exists. Is there a community organization resourced or equipped enough to be able to take on that? I know it's some that's trying. So if CPD doesn't feel like, I don't know, maybe they feel like it ain't their jobs to piece together the whatever to see who gonna get shot next. Like, I don't know, but I think that's where the focus should be, on intervening instead of reacting.
Okay. Give us a call, 872-259-7474. I think all of that is great to build up. What happens now? And I don't even know if the police are in the schools to, like...
You know what's going to happen now?
What? Nothing.
The songs finna get a lot of plays on YouTube. Some people finna get paid. Some more responses are going to be made. And some more white people going to get rich.
And some more black kids going to get dead.
Exactly.
So now my question is, if we can solve it, then what can we do? We need to wait on them to intervene? Let's go ahead.
Do we have the capacity? Literally, we would need like an intelligence infrastructure. Like, we would need that. That's gonna take money, funding, resources. Like, but I think it could be done.
Okay. Let's go to the live lines. You on the caller? You on the Mace Jackson show? Lloyd, you on the Mace Jackson show?
Mace and Ruthie and all the rest of the group, kudos for exactly everything you do when you get up in the morning and everything you have done up until this point. I really appreciate it from the bottom of my heart.
Thank you.
I just want to pass on to the rest. You're welcome. I want to pass on to the rest of the listening audience, the Neely Fuller. I want us to start understanding the system and the war that we're in. And he's comprised several books on the system of white supremacy. I don't know if you ever heard the author and the mentor of Dr. Francis Cress Welsing, author Neely Fuller. Have you ever heard of him before?
Yes. Yes, okay. We have.
A lot of the principles, a lot of the principles and things that he's talking about will really educate us on what we're up against, because we're in a full-out blown war against melanin. And I just wanted to add that if anybody can...
Lloyd, pause on 1 second. Lloyd, pause on 1 second. Hey, y'all, we want to thank everybody from WBGX 1570 who has been tuned in with us. You can continue this conversation with us on Facebook Live, on YouTube, and on Twitter and Twitch. Thank you. Lloyd, go ahead.
Yeah, I just wanted to add that because in his book, he explains the multifaceted branches like an octopus of racism and white supremacy, how they use education, they use religion, they use sex, they use war, they use finances, they use entertainment to accumulate and maintain their stranglehold on melanated people so that they can take the resources for themselves. And it's something that's very interesting that everybody should check into. That's all. And thank you for all your work.
Thank you. No, thank you. Thank you for tuning in. I appreciate it. That is, look, let's do this real quick. Let's take a quick break. We're going to come back. We're going to continue this conversation. Plus, we'll be talking to Master Barber. Larry Roberts Jr. He's opening up a new BarberMaximus inside of the Walmart Supercenter. So we're going to be talking about that and the partnerships that Walmart has trying to build relationships with the black community. It's the Mace Jackson Show. We'll be back after these messages.
The Mace Jackson Show will be back after this break.
WIIFTBPM.
Oh, man. They done messed around and gave New Era Chicago their own radio show. What they do that for?
You done messed up! So what we doing, bro?
Man, we talking about power.
Did you say power?
Not rights and equality, but power. We ain't begging, we building.
In that order, Chicago, and we got dope segments. Hey, yo, sis, holla at them.
Peace and love, family. It's Sister E of New Era Chicago in the building, dropping the statistics, holistics, and of course the ballistics. Good for the mind, body, and the soul. Let's get it, family.
And this your boy D Cook coming with straight facts. If you don't know, now you know.
And this is your other sister, Omo Oya Music, coming in peace, love, and light, getting real with my people so we can quit with the bull spit.
And this brother E, and I'm gonna wrap it up with the power surge.
Listen, this going down every Wednesday Thursday night, 5 to 6 p.m. Tell a friend to tell a friend. It's the Black Power Hour, New Era Chicago Radio on What's in It for the Black People Media.
All power to the people.
All power to the people.
All love it.
Yeah, I love being black. Hey, do this for my people.
And now, traffic and weather.
Good morning. What's in it for the Black People Media? The time is now 8:03 a.m. and I'm Riis the Ruler with your Chicagoland area sports traffic and weather update. In sports, the Chicago White Sox in a doubleheader yesterday against the Cleveland Indians. Sox will split both games but clinch the AL Central title. Let's go Sox. The Chicago Sky in the WNBA taking on the Dallas Wings in the playoff opener. Candace Parker in a double-double will be enough as the Sky would beat the Wings 81-64. Over the traffic on the Kennedy, O'Hare to the Loop is 51 minutes. Outbound to O'Hare is 24. The Eden. Inbound from Deerfield to the Exchange 49. Exchange to Deerfield will be 29. On the Eisenhower, Thorndale to the Loop, 75 minutes. Back out to Thorndale will be 40. On the Stevenson from I-355 to the Dan Ryan is 1 hour. Outbound will be 46 minutes. The Bishop Ford I-80 to the Dan Ryan 1 hour. 30 minutes back out to I-80. The Dan Ryan is 22 minutes to the Loop, 16 minutes to 95th. DuSable Lakeshore Drive, 55th to Jackson is 9 minutes. Jackson to 55th will be 11. The north side of things is still locked in at 8 minutes. That's Randolph to Bryn Mawr and Bryn Mawr back to Randolph. Today's weather is currently 55 and sunny. Expect rain later on tonight, but it will be a high of 77 and a low of 52. I'm Riis the Ruler. Now here's Loch Ness with Terrorism on the Mays Jackson Show.
The administration is releasing what it calls a new strategy to fight domestic terrorism. Following a 100-day review, federal officials are now laying out a new plan hoping to deter, detect, and prosecute domestic terror.
They went to the Capitol waving their flags and looking for smoke. He was out there looking for justice. They was over there looking for votes. Ashley Babbitt was with him and told all the people that nothing could stop us. She climbed through the Capitol window, breached security, and called a shot, bro. The media say she a veteran. They paint the picture to make her look greater. But she disrespected the same country that she served, that makes her a traitor. They was fighting police, resisting arrest. On God, I couldn't believe it. I guess blue lives only tend to really matter when it's convenient. Hey, these are the times we witness in history, all because they didn't get a victory. United States is so contradictory. We get equal rights, that's a mystery. Politicians, they more like magicians. You know they got tricks up their sleeve. We point out the flaws that's up in this country. You know they gonna tell us to leave. Somebody try to help me understand it. Always seems like a double standard. They be out here leaving us empty-handed to certain rights we are not granted. The media is the culprit when it comes to the comparison. Cause when it comes to race, they always changing up the narrative. It's terrorism. They say you a patriot, call you a hero. I call it terrorism. And that's on the real. You know what we know, I say it's terrorism. They say you a patriot, call you a hero. I call it terrorism. And that's on the real. You know what we know, I say it's terrorism. They say you a patriot, call you a hero. I call it terrorism. And that's on the real. You know what we know, I say it's terrorism. They say you a patriot, call you a hero, I call it terrorism. We still out here trying to get our reparations, but the government pump faking out here hesitating. I'm out here trying to keep my peace, so I keep meditating. The media make us look bad, they taint our reputation. Look, it's so sad that COVID causing toe tags. You claim you so patriotic, but you ain't wearing no mask. You out here wilding with your MAGA flags and showing your ass. You wanna be part of some type of revolution so bad. Look, you talk revolution and constitutional rights, homie. I guess we forgot about back in the days when all of the business was whites only. Yeah. George Floyd got justice. Juneteenth got much respect. They made it a national holiday. Man, it's all good, but cut the check. They giving out all of these vaccines, putting it in you like caffeine. Was it all in the part of the plan? I bet money like DraftKings. It's land of the free, home of the brave. 1776, we wasn't free till 1865, so we wasn't part of that shit. And that there's terrorism.
Back to the Mays Jackson Show. You are listening to the most dangerous show in the morning. This is What's in It for the Black People Radio. Mays Jackson, the most vociferous advocate for black people in the world.
For Ruthie Moore, for Todd Stoger, I am the host of the Mays Jackson Show, asking every single day, what's in it for the black people? And if you don't like it, you can still tell them Mays said, Mayor Lightfoot, man, we ain't accepting that. We ain't accepting that. Let's go. Yeah.
Let's get down to business and go ahead and address the facts, man. Lightfoot seems more lesbian than black. Rahm Emanuel's another case. He was just as tired. 50 closed schools left much to be desired. Police had Anjanette naked on that body cam. They suppressed the footage so it couldn't touch a lot of hands. Reminds me of that 16 shots in that cover-up. Both of them similar, so I went and dug it up. George Floyd killed, a lot of riots happened in the town. Southside burned and they wouldn't let them bridges down. Grandmother sick, need a prescription and plus a couple groceries. You gon' have to travel just to get it now. COVID-19 out here shutting all the business down. Not enough SBA loans to even give around. So many failed businesses that you can put them in the pile. If you don't survive the pandemic, it's gonna sit you down. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milked us so bad, we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milked us so bad, we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks. Shout out to Willie Wilson, hope one day you get to send it. We need some different players in the game to handle business. Too many shady characters like Madigan and Blotto. But when you really break it down, it's typical Chicago. City full of gangsters, it's what the land was built on. Same streets with hood legends, DNA gets spilled on. Carjackers out here lurking, trying to get they steal on. Looking for a block to put them Hellcat wheels on. Let this give bogus appraisals a red line. Car crackers out here getting minimal fair time. And I'm concealed carry, I stay with the pipe. For Illinois gun laws giving minimal rights. Stay up on the swivel, make sure I'm moving tight. Check all of my mirrors when I pull up to the light. Pick my homie up from out of town, man, he caught a flight. He was hella nervous, told him, shorty, this is a way of life. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milked us so bad, we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milked us so bad, we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks.
Wake up, Chicago! Wake up, world. This is the Maze Jackson Show. I'm your host, Maze Jackson. Got my man, DJ Riis, the ruler in here, the dream killer. He around here, he around here swatting opportunities. Get that out of here.
Man, you just take it too personal.
I do, man. Look. It's like you know. Do you know that line when Jay say, "I be killing the ants with a sledgehammer"?
No, I don't know that one.
Yeah, he say.
What do you say?
Yeah, that's definitely you.
I will kill an ant with a sledgehammer. It's
Don't
like
let me do it, Molly, because I overdo it, huh?
Right.
I know it. Nah, you know,
it requires a lot of energy to lift up that sledgehammer.
Yeah, you know.
Now, if you got some muscles,
I'd rather save my energy just
exactly,
or you got somebody else to sling it for you.
Right,
you pay somebody to sling that money. Boom. No. It's all good, Riis. It's like now you like nah.
See, you
They
ain't
came
hear me
around
in
the corner.
conversation,
Right, that's
man.
good.
You ain't hear.
It's okay.
You walked out. You heard what you wanted to hear.
I do.
Like, oh no, I'm
he
gone.
He got selective hearing.
I heard enough.
You didn't hear.
You know when you hear enough, like if the sentence don't start with Maze, it thank you, Maze.
Oh my goodness.
If it don't start with a thank you, Maze, then I got issues. I'm gonna start acting funny. All right, look, y'all.
I want to see why you be going on vacation, Ruthie. Okay.
Man, I'm gonna tell y'all. Really what you see is why I go on vacation.
Oh.
What you really seeing is why I go on vacation, because I lose it sometimes.
Dream killer.
Riis the dream killer. Riis was around here smashing people's stuff up today, y'all. He lost somebody a job and everything. I was like, ooh, I got, you know what? Because I was debating last night.
Nobody no job.
Riis, last night, so I'm going to tell you. Ruthie, Riis, last night I was debating because, so I was checking my stuff out. I saw everything and I was like, man, sometimes I could, like, you know how when you got the opportunity to people do something you don't necessarily want them to do, and the timing is right in the window, and you be like, oh, if you would have saved that, I probably would. If you wouldn't have said what you said 2 days earlier, right? I was probably going to call you and say, hey, here goes something for you. I think you should. But you beat me to it. So now I'm like, oh, you do? Well, then never mind. Okay. Because I always want to see you climb the ladder, right? Like, I don't think everybody is going to stay here. I always feel like, right, that's why I'm supporting. Man, Larry, you got to get from in front of the light because it's killing your shot.
We got 2 callers, though. Just let you know.
So you got the light behind you. You got to turn around. All right, in the meantime, let's take the phone calls. We're on the Maze Jackson Show. Police in schools. What do you think, callers? Caller, you're on the Maze Jackson Show. Hello? Caller?
Is it Jonathan?
Hello?
Jonathan?
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Yeah. All right. So I just want to say I appreciate the comment that Ruthie said about the intervention, but what I want to warn us about, being a former principal, is don't assume that we don't give interventions already within the schools. And then 2, for effective interventions to happen, the kids have to trust the people who are trying to intervene. And if there is a mistrust with the police already, I don't think that we should look for them to intervene for our children, because the children may not trust them to intervene anyway.
Okay, that's a fair point. And you are a principal. What school were you at? Was you elementary or high school?
So, former. It was a middle school out there in Dalton. And one of the issues also, too, is how do you intervene? So we say this blanket word, intervene. But what does that really look like? And we have to, as a community, begin to really, really put a visual to our vocabulary. When we say the word intervene, what do you really mean? Are we going to the classrooms, pulling them out? Are we having conversations? How do we guide them to a place of restorative peace within them? So that's what I want to say.
Well, thank you for your call, caller. I appreciate that. We're going to tell caller we got to have you hold on for a second. Actually, caller, go ahead. We're going to take, and then right after that, we're going to be talking to Larry from Larry's Barber. Well, I can't even just say Barber College because he got 4 joints. Plus now he's opening up a BarberMaximus. He got a school, you're educated. He in the county jail. This brother's doing everything. So y'all, Larry, just bear with us. Cause like we got to give you some more time. So you hold on. I'm gonna take this last call, and then we gonna move up out of this somber stuff and get into some Tell Me Something Good Friday. Caller, you on the Maze Jackson Show.
Good morning, Maze.
Good morning. That sounds like Sister Zakia.
This is definitely Sister Zakia in the house. Good morning, Riis and Ruthie. Let me just say this real quick. You are a smart sister, and I have missed you. You know, I have to tune in at 8 o'clock on Facebook. Early in the morning, a lot of times I'm busy. And, but I'm telling you, I've been listening to you and observing what you say. You are a very smart sister. Now, let me just tell you about the Chicago Intervention Network that was formed under the Harold Washington administration. I worked for the Board of Education at that time, up and down the State Street corridor. So, you know, that meant Robert Taylor's, right?
Right.
There was a group of interveners, workers, that were hired to deal with intervention. What happened was we got so tired of our children killing each other up and down the State Street corridor. They didn't broadcast it on the news then because they were just a bunch of poor Negroes, so it didn't matter. So we got together. We came up with this idea of people in the neighborhood interventioning with the gang boys. Long story short, there were 3 entities. The police were involved, the school administrators were involved, and the intervention workers. And I mean in the Latino community as well. Some of those brothers are still alive. The program worked. It was beautiful because there were interventions. There were 3 shifts. 3 shifts. It worked. How do I know? I was there. I worked up and down the State Street corridor in the school system. DuSable, Beethoven, Coleman School, Betsy Ross, Carter School, McCorkle. So I know what was going on there. When Daley got in, he cut the funding. And of course, the Negro aldermen went back to the plantation. Then they didn't fight for it. When Rahm Emanuel was elected, we took the model and gave it to him, and he shined it. But intervention worked. You had the three entities working together, and if we can do that again, Mays, if you can have Brother Hassan to come on that show and tell you how it worked, you would be impressed.
All right, well, let's get Brother Hassan on the show. Thank you, Sister Zakiya. I appreciate you. I thought that was safe passage.
There have been a lot of intervention programs over the years that I've seen, but again, some of the ones that I've seen, they're generally grant funded, research based, and likely temporary. And I think it's levels to intervention, like whether you do it in the schools or whether it's like family based, is a community based. Some interventions are once our young people, you got to hit the juvenile justice system before you even can qualify for some of these interventions and programs. So I definitely think it is a vague word, but I think it's so necessary.
Okay. Well, I think intervention is necessary too. It's just, what does it look like? I'm going to tell you, this brother has been, when you talk about what does intervention look like, this brother has been intervening since I met him. I think we met maybe 4 or 5 years ago with the Deltas out at some college.
Sure did.
But
it was we sure did.
I remember. So Ruthie, when I come to a place, right, I usually feel like I'm the freshest dude in the joint, right? Like I be looking around, I be like, yeah, I got this room, I'm straight. They want me bad. I used to be like, they want me bad in this room. Well, when I got to the room, my man Larry was there, and I was like, who is this dude in the room stealing my shine? I'm the shiniest brother around here. This brother was immaculate. His hair was cut. He was dressed impeccably. And I was like, he must be a preacher. Then, come to find out, his daddy is a preacher, right? Because I spoke at the church one time. But he was telling me, he said, my son, my son. And so I said, who is your son? And he said, my son is Larry Roberts Jr. And I said, I met this brother. Is that the brother that started the program in the Cook County Jail? Is that the brother that got the Barber College that when I go south on the expressway, I see him advertising? Is that the brother with 4 shops? And then I get this press release talking about there's now Larry's BarberMaximus teamed up with Walmart. The hell? What is going on? Larry Roberts Jr., welcome to the Mays Jackson Show. Man, I want to tell you, always an admirer from a distance. And this latest move, you always pulling the power moves. But BarberMaximus, what is going on? What is that, my brother?
Man, well, thanks for having me on your show, first of all. I really appreciate it. How y'all guys doing today? And
we're great.
And BarberMaximus basically, man, it's not just a barbershop. So when they called me and wanted me to be a part of Walmart, I'm like, man, I don't just want to make it a barbershop. I want it to be hairstylist, nails, esthetician, and barber. So BarberMaximus we're maximizing, for the whole, hair industry, if you will, as a whole. So that's why I came up with that.
So let's back up. Brother, tell us a little bit about your history, because I think that many of us may have seen, heard, or know your work product. This is the first time that we've had you on the Mays Jackson Show. So introduce our audience so people can know exactly what you did, what you're doing, and a little bit about your background. Because this is not
just
new
a little
for you.
bit, man. Yeah, so I started cutting hair at 13. I went to barber school at 17. I was so inundated when I was younger. I had somebody in my basement cutting hair with me when I was a teenager. So it was 2 of us in my basement cutting hair. We had the whole suburb sold up. Went to barber school at 17, saved my money, opened up my first barbershop at 19. Next year, it'll be 30 years that I've been in business for myself. And I have 8 barber schools right now. I'm licensed in over 22 states with my master license because I'm being proactive for where I want to go. I've been cutting hair for 35 years, man. I've been doing this a long time. Celebrity barber. I've cut the greats such as Judge Mathis, Mekhi Phifer, Gary Sheffield, Ramsey Lewis. I mean, I can go on and on. Laramie Tunzel, Ronnie Stanley, Jared Goff, man, just so many different people, man. So I've had the opportunity to do, a lot in my time. I play drums and keyboards professionally, so I've traveled the world doing that, and I've had an opportunity to, cut a lot of people in the music industry as well, man. So it's kind of what I do, man, and I love it. I'm one of the coldest barbers in the world too. So everybody out there, man, I'm just letting y'all know. Don't get it twisted.
So let me back up, because Larry, I think that one of the things that is sacred in our community is the relationship between the black man and the barbershop. Talk to me, and I gotta say, you might be the person that taught me the history of the barbershop and the barber pole. Man. Go back, and I want you to just do me a quick favor. I want you to talk to us about the history and the importance of the barber. Because I'm gonna tell y'all, when I saw this, he gonna tell you about the significance of the barber pole in our history. But then I want you to talk about the unique relationship that black men have with their barbershop. Go ahead, brother.
Okay, so basically, the red, white, and blue barber pole. A lot of people, look at that sign as, oh man, it's the barbershop. Well, it is the barbershop, but the significance of that is the red stand for blood, the blue stand for veins, the white stand for bandages, and a ball on the bottom of that barber pole, because it's called a barber staff. It's called a basin. And we did minor surgeries back in the day. So we were doctors and dentists back in the day until the 1800s. And that's when they separated the profession. So then you had the doctor, the doctor, the dentist, and our professional name is a tonsorial artist. So that's the professional technical name, if you will, for a barber, tonsorial artist. And what we do is very important, man. We have to learn about electricity and light therapy, bacteriology. We have to learn about the brain, the occipital, the temporal area. We have to learn about HIV, AIDS. So a lot of people don't know that we can be responsible for somebody's death sitting in our chair inside of a barbershop or inside of a beauty salon because of the fact that, if something goes wrong, chemical relaxer, color, transferring, diseases from one head to another because your tools, implements, and equipment aren't clean correctly, man, we can be responsible for somebody's death. So that's why the license is so important. If you don't have a license inside of a barbershop or a salon right now, you can actually go to jail for a misdemeanor. A lot of people don't know that. You know what I'm saying? Because it's illegal to cut or service a client without, because they care about the public, the well-being and safety of the public. So basically, the relationship between a barber and a lot of people don't think what we do is real. They're like, that's not a real job. Well, I've been cutting
crazy.
For 35.
Black men think that the barber is a real job. Because if you can't get an appointment, boy, I'm going to tell you, we wait 3 hours to get the cut.
But see, the thing about it is, that's why. So you just said we wait 3 hours to get the cut. And for me, I'm trying to change the trajectory of how that works. Instead, like I used to start at 4 o'clock in the morning, man, and I did appointments. So I would cut between 25 and 35 heads, 38 heads every day. Most of the heads I would cut in one day was 48 heads, but I did appointments, man. And a lot of people don't think what we do is real because a lot of people don't posture themselves as such. You walk into barbershops, everybody's smelling like, something they just got through smoking, or they got a little something to drink on they station on the back, or they using words that are not becoming of the atmosphere, based on who's up in there. So whether it's, senior citizens, or you got your kids in there, man, or people don't know how to greet people when they come to the door. So I'm trying to make sure that especially this new generation understands that, because when you do walk in a barbershop, people consider that as a safe haven. That should be where, man, when you sit in our chair, we're counselors, we're lawyers, we're, mentors to little kids. We're all of those things, man. So people have to keep that in mind. But another reason that they don't think that what we do is real and it's insignificant is because, a lot of people in this industry aren't tax-paying citizens. So, like, when it's time for us to retire, what do we have to retire to? If we never paid into a 401k, if we never had insurance, we don't have medical insurance, dental insurance, insurance. We don't have any of these things in place. So it's like we're just making money. And then when we get 50, 60 years old, it's like, okay, now what? So that's why a lot of people don't deem us as being a real job. But for me, through my non-for-profit, man, I do mentoring. We do life skills, mental health, substance abuse. I'm the first barber school who has dormitory housing. So I deal with homelessness. I deal with the veterans. I deal with everything, man, that you could ever think of as it relates to this industry. I have vans, I have shuttle buses, I have conversion vans. So there's no excuse as to why you can't succeed when you come to Larry's Barber College.
Now, I'm gonna ask you not very succinctly, Larry. Talk to me about this partnership with Walmart. Walmart is not typically the place where we think of a barbershop, much less a BarberMaximus. Talk to me about the evolution of this relationship at the Walmart Center located on 83rd Street. Talk to me about how this came about, because I know with a brand as strong as yours in our community, there's got to be some win-win in this situation. Talk to me about how you guys came together.
Well, actually, my name was brought up, and I tell people all the time, like, I'm crazy. I love to have fun, man. I get on social media, I crack jokes, do whatever the case may be, but I still know the importance of how people view us. You are going to have people who are going to judge us. That's just the reality of it, right? But because of my posture and the way I've carried myself and the way I, do conduct business, my name came up. They're like, man, we need to do something different than Walmart. Who should we get? We want to go the hair care industry route. And everybody that they asked from Walmart Corporation kept saying, call Larry, call Larry, call Larry. So I'm honored that they even called Larry. So the other aspect of that is I have an opportunity to show the world a model that they don't look at as far as we're concerned. They're so used to people paying booth rent, in barbershops and salons. But, man, it's commission-based. I'm setting my guys and my ladies up where they'll be getting checks. Taxes will come out of their checks. I'll set them up to succeed. So when they're ready to retire, then they have something to retire to, man. So Walmart, I'm trying to do this all over the world, man. So this is only the beginning. And I'm really proud and excited that Walmart even called me and wanted me to be a part of what they have going on, man. And I'm going to show them the way this is supposed to work for real.
Hey, man, I'm going to tell you what. If you look in the comments, brothers and sisters are tremendously impressed with you.
I appreciate that.
Man, brother, and I'm a pretty self-centered dude, but I must tell you that I am tremendously impressed with the work that you do. I am, man. I love myself, man. If you don't love yourself, who gonna love you? And I told you when I came in the room, I be scoping the rooms out, and I be looking, I got this one. I came in the room.
How do you deal with him?
I was like, man, I came in the room, I looked around, and I was like, dang, that brother really got it going on. And I mean, like, I'm going to tell you, you had me captivated when I cannot, every time I see a barber pole now, that story rings out in my head. And I think the way that you have positioned the barber shop and it just is a wonderful, this was a great conversation.
Hold on, Maze. I got a real question.
Oh, and I do too. Go ahead.
I got the realest question. So back in the day, the average haircut was like $10.
You just
So Mr. Larry.
Mr. Larry. That means you trying to get a deal.
How much is the average haircut, and where is the tip sweet spot, you would say?
That's a good one. You know what? Good answer. Good question.
It's crazy that you would say that because you are absolutely right. Haircuts were $10. I started at 4 in the morning, and sometimes I wouldn't end till 10 or 11 o'clock at night. And with a $10 haircut, I made between $300 and $500 every day that I cut hair with just the haircut, not including the tips, right? So now an average haircut in a regular barbershop for an average barber, if you will, is around $25 for an average haircut, right? But if you sit in somebody's chair like mine, and I'm going to give you another story on top of that after I say this, but I know some people, you can't sit in their chair for less than $45 for a regular haircut. That doesn't include the beard. It doesn't include the enhancements. It doesn't include anything else. So nowadays, you can get up out the chair paying $50 to $75 for the service that you just had. And for me, I cut fast. I'm very precise. I'm intentional. I can do a haircut. I schedule my people every 30 minutes based on what they had. Like if I had to color their beard or shape a fro and do all that kind of stuff, I may give 45 minutes to an hour. But average, man, you're looking at, like if somebody sit in my chair nowadays, I don't cut hair full time anymore, but if somebody sit in my chair, they're going to pay me 50 to 75, maybe even $100 for a haircut. That's what they're going to pay me nowadays. You know what I'm saying? I don't ask for that, but that's what they do just out of the respect of it. So the other part of that story is that, like, if a celebrity called me and say, "Hey, man, I want to get a haircut, or we need somebody to cut so and so here," I'm like, well, man, I might not be available to do it, but I can recommend somebody who can do it. So then if I end up having to do it, I'll go down to the celebrities room or wherever they are. And they was like, man, how much for my haircut? Like, man, let me just get a picture. I'm like, a picture? Like, yeah, man, because of the fact of, you know, man, it's resume building. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to snap out on their haircut. They're going to give me their personal number and they're going to pay me anyway. But you got some people go down there, oh man, it's Michael Jordan, man. You need to charge Michael Jordan $500 for a haircut. But that's not how much you charge for a haircut, right? If you charge $20 for a haircut, that's what that fee is. But Michael Jordan could have called anybody, but he called me. Man, Mike is going to give me his personal number. I'm going to get a picture with Mike. Mike will say, hit me up whenever. And guess what? Mike is going to tell me off anyway. And people was like, man, I didn't even think about it like that. You know what I'm saying? So,
you know what?
So hopefully that answered your question.
Great answer, Mr. Larry.
Mr. Larry, thank you. Can I tell y'all something though? You got more than a haircut answering that, right? It's something. What people know what did my man say again? People know the price of everything, but the value of nothing. Mm-hmm. Right? That's what Jay said. Like the price, people be like, let me hit the lick. Instead of let me grow it and have it forever and have this relationship that's ongoing that makes him say, not just Mike, but Mike says, hey, Scotty. Mike says, hey, Charles. Hey, whoever else is in town. And now you got relationships will get you places that money never will. And I think that sometimes until you see it play out, you think about the money. Hey, brother, I just got to tell you, I'm super impressed. I've always been impressed. Super proud of what's happening for you today at Walmart. Y'all go check them out. They are opening up today. It is Larry's. Yeah, go ahead.
If you mind.
Go ahead.
You got a second for me to say one thing?
Yeah.
We just didn't hit on the things that I do in the jails, man. So I'm the first and only person in history who ever opened up a barber school, you know, and I deal with the women too in the county jail. So in Cook County Jail, I've been there for over 11 years, man. It costs $15,668 for a student to go to my school on the outside. And I do have financial aid for those, you know, who qualify. But I do it inside the jail for free, man. And I'm in the Illinois Department of Juvenile Justice. So I'm in 2 of those locations. I've been there. I've been with Governor Pritzker, the whole 9, right? So people ask me, why did you go inside the jail? Well, so many people are stuck behind 4 walls, and they talk about the people who they consider bad people on the outside of the 4 walls. They think everybody that's locked up in jail are bad people, but everybody that's in jail aren't bad people. They messed up when they were young is one of the reasons that I even went to the juvenile and bleed over into the county jail, because they messed up. But then when they get out of jail, they have this criminal background and people don't want to give them an opportunity to do something different. So if I messed up, you know, give me a chance to do something different. I was young, or you get out of jail, they can't get a job. So what do? They go back to what they know. And when they go back to what they know, what do? They end up back in jail. So I went to the jails because I figured that, man, what I'll do is I'll train them there, let them get certified while they're locked up in jail. So now when they walk outside the jail, I can do job placement and put them straight to work, which was significant on yesterday in Walmart because Sheriff Dart came and he was one of my speakers there. And it was significant because I have 4 barbers who started with me inside of Cook County Jail. They got out. I let them come to the barber school, and I also let them just get a feel of what that felt like to work on the outside in the barbershop, because it's mandatory for me. And now they're working inside of the biggest retailer in the world, inside of Walmart. So the significance in that was Judge Mathis. Sheriff Dart was there. He was able to shake hands with people who was locked up in the county jail that are no longer locked up in the county jail, but working in Walmart. For me, man, that was probably one of the biggest things that could ever happen to me ever, man. Period. Hey, man, no front. We got much love for you. If ever you are doing anything, if there's ever a time when you are in need of, when I say letting people know how to get involved, please come back to us. We appreciate you. Shout out to my man Glenn, and shout out to my man D for setting this up at Genesis. I will be at the studio with that Michael Jordan shoe behind you. Hey, man, come on. You know you're more than welcome to come in. Come do your photo shoot. I want you to come so we can put your picture up and, you know, do your thing as well. So come on down, man. I'd actually like to, we should talk about that. We should talk about because one of the things that I did think about was really doing a barbershop style podcast-ish type of thing. I know it's kind of the thing to do right now, but I do think there'll be some great opportunities and some lessons there. So let's make sure we continue this relationship, my brother. Appreciate you guys. Thank you.
All right, peace. That is Larry Roberts Jr. from Larry's Barber Colleges for 30 locations doing the Thug Thistle around the world. Look, y'all, that is the start of Tell Me Something Good Friday. We're going to take a quick break, and we'll be back after these messages.
The Maze Jackson Show will be back after this break.
WIFTBPM.
Introducing your trusted source for high-quality black emojis, better known as Blackmoji. We believe black is beautiful, and that beauty should be reflected in the digital market. Now there is an app that does just that, starting with Black Greek letter organizations. Blackmoji D9 offers more than an emoji app. It is a cultural experience of black excellence. Download the app in the Apple or Google Play Store to access a specially curated catalog of emojis representing the Divine Nine. Use the emojis to celebrate Black Greek events, acknowledge current events, support social causes, and learn about esteemed Black Greek members who blaze the trail of Black history. A portion of every subscription goes toward a scholarship fund specifically for members of Black Greek letter organizations to help keep the legacy alive. Download the Blackmoji app today.
And now, traffic and weather.
Good morning. What's in it for the Black People Media family? And happy Friday. The time is now 8:40 a.m. And I'm Riis the Ruler with your Chicagoland area sports, traffic, and weather update. The Chicago White Sox in a doubleheader yesterday against the Cleveland Indians. Sox will split the games, but clinch the AL Central title. Let's go, Sox. The Chicago Sky in the playoff home opener taking on the Dallas Wings. Candace Parker double-double will be enough as it powers the Sky to a win 81-64. Now over the traffic. On the Kennedy, O'Hare to the Loop is 40 minutes. Outbound to O'Hare will be 18. On the Eden, inbound from Deerfield to the Exchange is 46. Exchange back to Deerfield will be 27. On the Eisenhower, Thorndale to the Loop, 57 minutes. Back out to Thorndale, 35. The Stevenson from I-355 to the Dan Ryan is 41 minutes. Outbound will be 34. The Bishop Ford, I-80 to the Dan Ryan is 41 minutes. 29 minutes back out to I-80. The Dan Ryan is still 22 minutes to the Loop, 16 minutes back out to 95th. On DuSable Lakeshore Drive South, 55th to Jackson is 7 minutes. Jackson to 55th is 13. On the north side of things, Randolph to Bryn Mawr and Bryn Mawr back to Randolph will be 8 minutes. Today's weather, it is currently 59 and sunny. Expect rain later on tonight, but it will be a high of 77 and a low of 52. I'm Riis the Ruler now. Happy Friday, and here's some Slick J with Addicted on the Maze Jackson Show.
Oh, baby. I mean, I know that you're here with me and everything, but since you just left a few hours ago, I've just been going crazy. And I done come to realize one thing. Oh, baby, I miss you. Must be some kind of drug, baby, 'cause it just keeps on calling me, and I just need a hit of your love. It's got me shaking and feeling for your touch. Baby, of you I can't get enough. It feels like I done OD'd on you, babe. I'm addicted for you. Can't stop loving 'cause I can't get enough of you, babe. 'Cause I'm so addicted to you. This must be love. 'Cause I can't get enough of your love. I'm so addicted.
You are listening to the Maze Jackson Show. I'm your host, Maze Jackson. Got my Ruthie bounced out on the show. She had to bounce. She had to go to her other job. She had to go do her thing. But that leaves me and DJ Riis the Ruler here at 8:42. Riis right here. It is Tell Me Something Good Friday. Shout out to, first of all, Larry's Barber College and Larry Roberts Jr. That brother has been doing. It's funny, I keep wanting to call him Larry Rogers Jr., but it's Larry Roberts Jr. That brother was impressive. 30 locations. I think the best part of the conversation to me, though, was really him and the relationship thing. I think one of the funniest things to me, and I always, this happens to me regularly, where people will look at me and be like, you got it, so I'm going to hit you. Or you should do more because you got more. You should never, ever valuing the actual relationship. Because I always say, I could probably do more for you than I could ever pay you. Right? I'm not a multi-bazillionaire. This ain't a multi-million-dollar thing. But if you do right, eventually I do right by you. You look at the people that rock with me, that made it, that got through all the personality and all that stuff, and you look up and you say they can pick up the phone, they can call me to ask me to do anything, and I will do it. Something cross my desk, I'd be like, hey, Joe, this a fit for you. Let somebody kill it for you.
They say can't burn a bridge just to light my way.
Right.
No, I don't know. Maze, you are a dream killer, but
I'm a dream killer. I was trying to.
Man, you walked out and I'd tell you the rest later. But nah, I'm definitely proud of him. Man, that's dope. Man started at, what he said, 17 and by 19, and now he traveled the world, cutting people hair. But that was like definitely, a free game, free gym. And like a lot of people ain't gonna do nothing for nothing. And I tell people that all the time. Like sometimes you can always gain something besides money out of something, like out of somebody. Just. I could say me, I ain't trying to gloat. I came in here for I'm not tripping, but I was here for, like a few months just doing it off my passion. You know what I'm saying? Just, doing it off my passion. I even twice caught off my real job to come work here for nothing, not even expecting anything, you know what I'm saying? But just the opportunity, like the opportunity to be here eventually. So, like I tell folks all the time, sometimes you look for other things that you can gain besides money, but look for a relationship, you know what I'm saying, that you can get out of it.
Man, that's
my relationship, it got me here. Stone, just me, being there for Stone. Stone said, hey man, I need a ride to a show, man. I took him to, I take him to a show. The next thing you know, I need a board up on my show. Next thing you know, he called me, hey man, I got an opportunity for you. You know what I'm saying? It's just a, like a effect if we all just stay committed, man. Stay committed.
You know what? That's the challenge. The challenge is when it feels like it ain't there. You looking at everybody else. You like, man, I could take the world over. You never know that you building your own. And I always tell people, you never know. You walk away. Somebody else's lunch be your opportunity. Now Riis got a whole dang on radio station. Man, Charlie, people be calling me like Riis said. I'm like, dang, Riis, did we talk about that? I told Riis, man, Riis, I'm gonna probably let you go ahead and run the station. Next thing I know, people call me like, I gotta get some numbers. Riis said I'm gonna be fired. I need to change my time slot.
Trying to make it work for everybody, man. Make it, work.
Nah, man, I appreciate that though, Riis. You know what I'm saying? It's like some of y'all get mad at me because I say, how is it going to make us money? And part of the thing that we got to learn is how to do business with each other, right? It's like everybody wants something for free, but nobody want to give nothing for free. Everybody is a celebrity. Everybody is a star till it's time to climb on the floors and put the wires in and do all the work. And it's like part of the reason that I don't rely on people.
Choose your own outcome, man. You decide your own outcome.
Right. I don't like to have
to. You like, man, it fell on you. Like you said, it fell on you. You did it, but to fall in it was in somebody else's hands. The first thing that you're going to be like is, man.
But you know what, Riis? I always wait. I feel like I always wait for when do the relationship part kick in? I always feel like everybody think they brought everything. They the only thing that got something at the table. And I'll be like, really? But it's all good because it felt good to hear Larry say that. Like, not just as a reassurance that I'm not crazy. That's all. It's just a reassurance that I'm not crazy, that relationships do matter. And you never know where you're going to see somebody again. All right. It's time for Tell Me Something Good Friday. Okay, so I got some. First of all, y'all know my granddaughter turned 1 on the 22nd, but she is having her first birthday party on Saturday. Jersey's a wild one is the thing. She got the safari. These young kids, you know, we used to just have some cake and ice cream. You come over to the house. You know, your parents would get that big tub of ice cream. Like, they didn't get no Briars. They bought that big old tub. And then you had some cake. And then, you know, the ice cream that really didn't melt. And then you could eat the ice cream and the cake. And then y'all would run around it. Those are the good old days of the parties. And, you know, the parents would have a party and the kids would have a party. And the kids all be in the basement. And the parents, well, now they got all these themes and they got to do, so it's characters and all that stuff. But I'm just excited that my grandbaby is having her first birthday party. Y'all bought her a wagon. And we're going to fill it up with stuff.
Gotta say with the phone it though. You got to. I don't know how you gonna do it.
Oh.
You gotta put it on there, man. You got to.
Oh.
It's probably too late now.
It's too late now. I'm gonna have to make it. I'm gonna take it back. I gotta drop it off. You know I got to. I don't. You know I be feeling like I'm getting. So I bought some books and stuff because the problem is you buy a baby at first. She got a car, man. She got a cold pink car and a cold pink lounge and chase and all that stuff. That baby gonna be set out. And I always feel like when you buy these gifts for babies and they can't really, but you know I'm granddaddy, so I gotta stunt. So you know we getting ready to go do it, right? She gonna be fresh to death. What your name is? You need to make some granddaddy shirts. Like, my granddaddy is the best in the world. You can't tell because he gave me this shirt. What your name is. So anyway, shout out to young Jersey J for her first birthday party. And shout out to Milan Ray Jackson, who has made me a grandfather and a very proud grandfather. I'm super excited about my daughter. Also this week, President Carrie K. Steele announced her run for Cook County Assessor. I am beyond proud of her for that. You know, she stepped out on faith, and it has been a great response thus far. I need the Carrie's clique to be on top of this social media stuff. Y'all need to be like ball hawks. Anytime you see the name in it, you own it. We'll talk about it. But I'm super proud of her taking the leap. Can I tell you my biggest fear of this campaign, though? I do not want to meet Kiana. So when she be like, do this, I be like, I got to get it done because there's Carrie and then there's Kiana. And, you know, the more she gets in the campaign mode, you don't do it right, Kiana come visit you. So my goal is, y'all will know in the mornings if I didn't do right because Kiana will have had her say. But, y'all, I am super proud of Carrie K. Steele, president of the MWRD, who has stepped out. And we need for you all to be, amen. Y'all make sure y'all got to stay ever vigilant. Ever vigilant. Get with Tiger, get with Tennille. Tell you more. Shout out to my girl, Konisha Rhea. Singing sweetheart from EX What's Next, Illinois State. She was named the first female head football coach of CPS. She is coaching over at DuSable. Black woman football coach at DuSable. Shout out to Konisha Rhea. Singing sweetheart. And then this one especially for you, Riis. Shout out to the White Sox. American League Central champions. Riis, you better get your attitude together because you know I'm going to have World Series tickets and you're going to want to go. So you might as well
It's
just.
not that I'm not.
Reese, no, you better fix it up. Because I'm going to say, you know what I'm going to do? You know how I am. So I'm remember every sports report. I'm going to remember for every sports report. And if it ain't Chipper.
Let's go White Sox.
Yeah, right. If not, when the tickets come, I'll be like, Todd going to be like, you saw how Reese was, right? So I'll be like, Todd, because you know Todd going to be trying to come around here too. Because you know, I don't play. When the big games come around.
You know what? Well, can I get some early tickets just in case they don't?
See, Reese, see, look, there you go. See, now you in second round. I
want to cheer.
Now you in second round.
I'm trying to get to the first.
You in second round. See, Reese, I tried to get you some food. I tried to get you a taste. Tried to let you get a taste of what you could be in store for.
Right, that's what I want to get.
No, it's okay though. I might mess around and get a box for the World Series, and then I might have to be like, oh, but only for the White Sox fans. Sorry, Reese. No, Reese. You gotta be enthusiastic.
I'm not.
You got, man.
I just like if the Cubs are there, you probably would just go just because it's Chicago. You like.
I would go to root against the Cubs.
Oh, now see, that's what I won't do. You know what I'm saying? I don't go and root against the Sox. I'm definitely always cheering for them. Okay. You know, but I'm not like they're not my A1 team.
When the Cubs lost to the Mets, I was there as a guest of Yoenis Cespedes.
See, that's what I'm saying. That's disrespect, and that's why I stopped doing. I used to go to Sox games in full Cub gear. But
you don't want that because White Sox fans they'll handle that business.
Nothing they do.
They'll handle that business, Reese. They do nothing. They will handle that business, Reese.
Especially when I was sitting. They will handle. I was sitting in your seats. Trust me, those guys wouldn't do it.
Oh no, because you was sitting. No, because you was no seats. You come on down though. Nah, Reese, I put you in the civilized seats. Them was the box seats. Them you don't want to buy a skybox, but you gonna go to the game and you want to go in style. You don't want to wait inside. You want to stand inside. You want to go get you something to eat. You want restaurants. You want everything. Reese, you better come on join the dark side one day.
A funny thing about that, man, that's what we talking about. It was like me and three ladies I had took up there. So
and them white boys was on them.
No, first of all, they was in our seat, and then it was looking like this is this your seat? We was like,
that's what the ticket said. Dude, it ain't your seat.
That's what we.
Oh no, because let me tell you why though. Let me tell you why. Because you was sitting in one of the supreme leader of the green team seats, right? Like long time ago, I helped make his son a judge, and he never forgot it. And so every year he calls up and says, "Hey, you know, I hear you talking smack about me on the radio. I know you be saying the things, but I never forget my friends." Right? So as the White Sox approach, and I said, "Hey Reese, you know what? I want my man," but I know what they looked at like. I know what they looked at you like. Cause let me tell you, that's like the people who built the stadium, that's their domain. Right? They got seats down right behind it, and then they got that. Right, because they didn't want to buy boxes, because they don't want to be. So that whole little area where you was at, let me tell you, that's probably somebody probably from Bridgeport was looking at you like, and I didn't even know they knew black people. I'm telling you, oh no, Reese, I know what happened. Because I will tell you though, because even when you go pick up the tickets, ain't no coming in the house. They be like, love you to death on the porch. Won't be no in the house. You know what it made me think of? Did you see what was that movie when they all went down when Jim Brown went back to his hometown? It was Malcolm and Jim Brown, Sam Cooke, that movie that was on Netflix, and Jim Brown went back to his town in Georgia. And they was like, man, you one of the best. His high school coach was like, you was always one of our favorite. You was one of the best, whatever. And then he was like, hey, I need you to help. His daughter came and said, oh, hey, Jim. And then said, Daddy, we need to move this big dresser. And he was like, oh, Coach, I'll help you move the dresser. He was like, Jim, we know you. You know you cool. But you know we don't let no Negroes in the house.
Oh, man.
Real talk. But you know what? I got to move. Right? I got to move around. I was like, nah, I could. That's why I just be like, just said. Now we got email. So you can just email them to me, right? There it is.
Yeah, man. But yeah, like definitely. But nah. But I was just like wondering, like, you know, if I could around one just to be on the safe
Hey, Riis. See, Riis, that's how. See, you can't. You tell a brother I'm gonna put you at the World Series. They be like, nah, just let me just get some brown one. Okay, I got you. Now you don't get nam. See, you just did it. Did it again.
Come on, Dre.
You just killed your own dream. Killed your own World Series
man,
tickets.
for
Not
real.
to play.
Good. Man, like honestly though, I do hope that the Sox. I do. You know what? Let me tell you. I'm not going to root against them, but the only reason that I would not want the Sox to win is because of the fans. Because now all we're going to do is, hey, now y'all was out about 16, 21. I guess we're going to have to wait until 21-16 for y'all to win another. You know, so that's the only thing I really be like, I just don't want to hear. But I never want them to lose. Like, I literally, and they had won, what was that, 05? I watched the first game. They had lost.
I was there all the games.
And
Every
they
home
lost
game.
against the A's. I was like, oh, here we go again. But then they smoked everybody else, and I was watching it. That boy Bobby Jenkins was my man, the closer. Ooh, he threw that 2-4 seam. See, I told you, I watched it. Like I was there. I don't get it, but it's just man, y'all Sox fans just know how to brag. You know what I'm saying? Like even after we
White
won,
people be drunk. At the Cubs fans just know how to drink.
That's true. Even after we won in 16, man, y'all was like, about time, you know, like, you get a congratulations, like, good job, home team. About time y'all won one, took y'all to over 100 years. I'm like, come on, man, y'all gotta.
I'll never forget being called a monkey at the Cubs game.
What year was this, though?
Like 1980.
See, that's a long time ago, man. You got
so racism gone now.
Racism still alive.
They left Wrigley.
They just concealing it now there.
Okay. Riis, tell me something good Friday. Tell me something good, dog.
You know, I really ain't got nothing off the top of my mind. You know, I'm actually yesterday. It's not something good. So you know what I tell you, my baby girl is doing volleyball. This was her third game.
Okay.
And the evolution that she's doing right now, scored about 5 points yesterday. Although they didn't win, but she was, you know, like to see her. And I tried to sneak a surprise there and get her some sky tickets, you know, to like the game. I found some tickets like in the 100 levels, like somebody was like reselling them for like $20, real close, third row. I buy them, get to the arena, and they was doing a little COVID thing.
You didn't have your test,
and I didn't have my card on me.
You ain't take a picture of it. You don't keep it in.
See, I didn't know that you can take a picture. Show it. I do have a picture in my phone, but I didn't know that you could show it. So I missed the game, took it. So now we had to redo it. So, but I think, you know, like after all that, man, I feel good today though. So I'm like, I don't have anything that's like going on, but I just feel real good today though, man.
That's good, man. Yeah. That's good, Riis. I'm glad to know you feel good, especially after you killed somebody's dream today. You like, boom! Riis, I was trying to not be petty. Riis, I was trying not to be petty. Nah, dog.
Don't be. Listen, man, you got to do it because it comes from your heart. So you got to do it.
Riis, you know what? But every time something comes from my heart, I
don't know. That's you having these telemarketers call and ask about your car insurance. I guarantee they want to know it's your car insurance.
Hey, man, I'm just saying, like, yeah, man, I'm trying to be a bigger man, but what Jay say, the best thing, and I couldn't destroy you, just not build you, not build with you.
You know, man, sometimes people don't understand the value of things until they look back at it, you know, so that's why I really, you know, try not to really hold stuff against people. I remember, you know, but I try to understand, especially from, you know, me, myself as well, my journey to where I am now. You know, I look at some posts that it be like in my memories on Facebook. I'd be like, oh my God, what was I on? You know what I'm saying? So I really don't hold nothing against them. You know, sometimes people be thinking they doing something for the betterment of them, and they could just not be happy making a rash decision. So I never really hold people to them, you know. But I just remember, because people are creatures of habit. Know that.
Are people,
do know
so
that. People
why
are
do
creatures
they?
of habit. Exactly. They are creatures of habit. So.
You and I should get along so awfully. People are people.
Somebody want to tell me something good. Somebody want to tell us something good real quick.
On the phone? Yeah. Tell us something good. Call us. If you got something you want to tell us, give us a call. 872-259-7474. Tell me something good.
Hey.
Wow. Who this here?
Felicia?
Hey, May. Hey, Reese. This is Felicia.
Hey,
How you
Felicia.
guys doing?
Your Honor, Felicia
Happy
Simmons
birthday
Stovall.
Oh, it's right. It is Henry Hartfield
Look,
birthday.
man, happy birthday to Jersey.
Hey,
and
Jersey J.
congratulations to Gary, but today is my birthday. That's my tell me something good.
Oh, happy birthday, Felicia Simmons Stovall. Look, y'all give some love to Felicia on her birthday. And we need us a song. It's your birthday. Get busy. We need to make up our own version of a birthday
Tyrone
song.
do another song.
Hey, Tyrone. Tyrone, do a birthday
Wonderful
song.
week.
Thank you so much, Felicia.
Happy birthday to the black people.
Happy birthday to the black people.
There you go.
You
Happy
know it.
birthday to the black people.
Right.
Let's get it.
Hey, look,
To the
we're
black
gonna get the
people.
remix. You should have. I would have told Pastor Terrence and them to make one up, but I'm not talking to them because I ain't getting no shirt. Thank you, Felicia.
Uh-oh.
All right, y'all.
Bye, y'all.
All right.
Have one.
Anybody else up there, Reese? That's it. All right, y'all. It's the Maze Jackson Show. It's Friday. I gotta go out to the golf outing, man. I'm out.
Hey, don't get put off again, man.
And man, I'm not even drive. I'm not even getting no clubs. I'm just gonna drive. Man.
Is that fun still?
Huh?
Is that fun still?
No, I'm just gonna drive 2 holes. The beer cart gonna come around. I'm gonna grab me a beer, 2 beers, go into the clubhouse, talk some smack, jump in the car. And then I gotta get out of here because tonight is the hamburger hop.
Okay.
So you man, we going to the
I
Chicago.
don't know what that is.
The Chicago Gourmet.
No.
The hamburger hop.
Don't even know what that is.
Reese, you gotta get outside more.
I mean, I get outside is probably.
Yeah, it ain't Taco Tuesday. Yesterday was Taco Thursday though. That was off the chain. I missed that. I couldn't because I was super slam. But so much going on. All right, y'all, let's get up out of here. I am the host of the Maze Jackson Show, asking every single day. Oh, so for Maze and Ruthie and Reese, I'm gonna stop saying Todd.
His name on there, I told him to. He in our logo picture and everything.
Man, do I got to remake the logo picture? Oh, who just sent me this smooth jazz featuring Markel Renee Jordan? All right, man. If y'all ain't sending me no tickets, cause I was just thinking, man, y'all don't even be calling me for no tickets. It's okay though. I'm gonna be one day y'all gonna when I do my retirement, one day y'all gonna miss me. It's the Maze Jackson Show. Maze, Reese, Ruthie, and I'm gonna have to take Todd out. I am the host, asking every single day, what's in it for the black people? And if you don't like it, you can still tell them. Maze said, we out of here. Hey.
Let's get down to business and go ahead and address the facts, man. Lightfoot seems more lesbian than black. Rahm Emanuel's another case. He was just as tired. 50 closed schools left much to be desired. Police had Anjanette naked on that body cam. They suppressed the footage so it couldn't touch a lot of hands. Reminds me of that 16 shots in that cover up. Both of them similar, so I went and dug it up. George Floyd killed, a lot of riots happened in the town. Southside burned and they wouldn't let them bridges down. Grandmother sick, need a prescription and plus a couple groceries. You gon' have to travel just to get it now. COVID-19 out here shutting all the business down. Not enough SBA loans to even give around. So many failed businesses that you can put them in the pile. If you don't survive the pandemic, it's gonna sit you down. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milked us so bad, we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milked us so bad, we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks. Shout out to Willie Wilson, hope one day you get to send it. We need some different players in the game to handle business. Too many shady characters like Madigan and Blotto. But when you really break it down, it's typical Chicago. City full of gangsters, it's what the land was built on. Same streets with hood legends, DNA gets spilled on. Carjackers out here lurking, trying to get they steel on. Looking for a block to put them Hellcat wheels on. Let this give bogus appraisals a red line. Car crackers out here getting minimal fair time. And I'm concealed carry, I stay with the pipe. For Illinois gun laws giving minimal rights. Stay up on the swivel, make sure I'm moving tight. Check all of my mirrors when I pull up to the light. Pick my homie up from out of town, man, he caught a flight. He was hella nervous, told him, shorty, this is a way of life. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milked us so bad, we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milked us so bad, we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks.